It's the Orioles unmasked in a glorious Sunday brunch day here at the ballpark. Fans got out to enjoy the first brunch held here at Camden Yards at Oriole Park, and enjoying that and sunshine and a ball game as the Orioles will go after a victory here in Game 3 with the White Sox having won the first two. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and a great Sunday to you. Great to have you with us as the Orioles continue to shuffle the rotation. In fact, there really isn't a rotation anymore. It's about who's available to pitch, whether you're a starter or coming out of the bullpen. Orioles injuries continue to pile up. No idea when Cobb or Cashner may be able to pitch again. Ortiz gets his first major league start, goes out, and may be done for the rest of the season with the Orioles. So David Hess, who had been assigned to the bullpen for this homestand, back in the dugout last night because today he's going to get another start. These are how the appearances have been divided for this pitcher this year. In the 16 starts, ERA up at 5.14. Opponent batting average, you see the 274 mark. The OBP and the slugging percentage is up there as well. In relief, not much really to look at there. The number a little higher, obviously, in the ERA, but the average was good. But just trying to settle in of where am I and what am I going to do? The Orioles are asking the same question. Whether or not he will be the starting pitcher in the time to come may well be determined by what we see Mike Bordick in what remains for him.
Well, David Hess has shown quite a bit, and I think it's been a great learning year for him. He got off to a pretty good start and then hit a little bump in the road in June where he lost his command. I think just mentally thought he had to do a little bit more at the major league level, like most young pitchers do, just trying to kind of find what's going to work. So his walks went up for about a month, and the confidence went down. Relegated to the bullpen for a couple starts. I think David Hess is a player that learns as he goes. He's able to make his adjustments. I expect a nice outing today from David Hess, following up a nice outing from Ramirez yesterday. And I think they both have similarities in the sense that they can work their fastball. If they can command their fastball, their secondary pitches are definitely going to play up. Now, he doesn't have the same type of changeup as Ramirez, but he does have some pretty good secondary pitches. Yesterday, Ramirez popped that 95 right to the top of the zone. He worked to the edges with 92, 93. He showed him the fastball and showed that he could get ahead. David Hess has got to get ahead with his fastball. Doesn't really matter, breaking ball, changeup, but then he can pop that fastball to the top of the zone, get some swing and misses, but getting ahead with strike one, probably the most important thing today for David Hess.
And for the Orioles and for Hess, what's important now is to find some runs. The Orioles had a real run going through the month of August after the All-Star break. The offense was clicking. Here in September, they're down to just 3 runs a ball game and haven't been able to get much going at all.
Yeah, exactly. And at some point, with no runs going on the board night after night, it seems very low-scoring ball games for the Orioles, they really got to start manufacturing. Something's got to happen. Of course, they got to get guys on base and the right type of guys on base. But I expect Buck Showalter really to kind of test these younger players right now and see if they can manufacture runs, put some marks up early in the game. I mean, I think that should be the ultimate goal for this offense. Try to score as early as possible any way you can, whether it be drawing a walk, hit and run, hit a home run, it doesn't matter, and then try to let that offense settle down and add to it.
White Sox came in here, red hot ball club offensively. They've been so-so, but their pitching has been outstanding against the Orioles. Bullpen's been able to get the job done when needed. Shields had a good start. Well, we'll see how all that mixes together as these two teams will meet for the final time this year. It is Giolito against Hess in Game 3. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. What a glorious day here at the ballpark. Our game time temperature brought to you by BGE Home. We know more, we do more. It is 75 sunny degrees. Little breeze starting from left to right, and lots of blue sky. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the White Sox today. They've changed it up every day. Moncada, Sanchez, and Abreu. Polka's back in. Davidson, Delmonico. Castillo will get the start behind the plate. Rondon we have not seen. He'll be at short today, and Adam Engel in. For Jose Abreu this season, good numbers, but right now in a slump.
And let's take a look at David Hess's pitch arsenal. He's got them all right now, but the fastball command is going to be crucial for David Hess. It's not an overpowering heater. Definitely has to locate in and out. This is a power hitting team, and he's been touched by the long ball like just about every Oriole pitcher this season. If he's got the fastball command on, the secondary pitches are going to play up, and they'll be able to keep this White Sox team off balance. 3 wins on the year for David Hess. See the opponents hitting .271. There's that big number at 16 home runs for Hess on the season. That's a 5th round pick back in 2014, and a great year for him. Big time opportunity to showcase his skills. I will say this, when you talk about character and makeup, Hess has got those qualities. He works hard every day to try to make himself better, and we have seen steady improvements from Hess. A lot of pitches thrown this summer. I don't know what to expect here at the end of this month, though.
Chicago has not swept the series here at Camden Yards since 1998. They have got a chance to sweep the series. They can pick up the win here today. That's what the Orioles are trying to avoid. Pitch will be taken for a strike. Warned away. Moncada leading it off. The Orioles also trying to avoid matching the most losses in the franchise history. Set back in 1998. A loss today, and they will tie that mark. Pitch will be taken up high, and the count will go to 1-1. Moncada's had a big series. He's gone 4 for 8. Picked up an RBI in this series against the Orioles. Switch hitter, top of the order. 1-1 delivery to him, and Hess will miss outside with it. A 2-ball, 1-strike count. Moncada, of course, part of the big future for the Chicago White Sox. We've talked about their rebuilding process, which is now in year number 2. 2-1 delivery on the way, well located down and away.
Yeah, beautiful fastball right there. And here in the early going, really trying to establish that pitch and painting that outside corner.
David Hess, 25 years old. 68% of leadoff batters retired this year. And a leadoff batter down right there. Put it right back where he had it.
Well, that's impressive location. Boy, and that is going to be the key. And he just dots up a couple right at the end. This one 94 miles an hour. And you see him just thinking about something else. Not even a flinch.
Going to bring Sanchez to the plate. Sanchez at third base. He's picked up a hit in this series as he has gone 1 for 7. He's been getting on base, though, for this ball club. He's reached 29 of the last 31 games, hitting .265 during that stretch, but picking up some free passes along the way as well. Hess working quickly, and against these left-handers, finding that outside corner again. Good pitch, good location again, 1-1.
I'm telling you, if he can keep sticking it there, keep doing it until they prove they can hit it.
Pitch on the way to him, and that'll be taken inside on a breaking ball, maybe back him off a little bit. For the Oriole right-hander, this is his 17th major league start. First time that he has appeared against the Chicago White Sox. 2-1 delivery away. Made 9 starts at Norfolk this year, where he went 3-2 with a very fine 3.15 ERA. He's coming off an appearance against Tampa Bay, where he gave up 6 runs, but only 2 earned on 7 hits. High sky, a lot of glare in shallow left field. That one will be hauled in by Villar.
Another good pitch with the fastball. Take a look at the O's defense behind Hess this afternoon. Rickard, Mullins, and Jones roaming the outfield. Villar and Valera turning 2 up the middle with Nunez and Mancini on the corners. Chance Cisco doing the catching this afternoon.
2 down, nobody on. Looking for the quick first inning. Hess will get Abreu. Jose Abreu 0 for 17. And he goes after the first pitch to center. Wind's going to blow it in a little bit. Cedric Mullins will find it and put it away, and there's a nice quick inning. So Hess begins the start with an un deux trois. We'll check the Orioles lineup coming up. At the ballpark. Take a look at the Orioles lineup brought to you by Southwest. Low fares, nothing to hide. That's transparency. Mullins, Rickert, and Villar, Jones, Mancini, and Stewart, Nunez, Villar, Cisco. Trey Mancini comes in with a 4-game hit streak and a high average during it.
And let's take a look at Lucas Giolito's pitch arsenal this season. 4-seam fastball. He's got the change, slider, curve, but the 4-seam fastball is definitely going to be the key for him as well. If he does not command the heater, it is going to be a short outing for him. He's had problems with command all season long. He's leading the American League with 81 walks this year. Pretty good stuff, though, aside from that. If he can command the fastball, the secondary pitches definitely play up. Opponent's hitting .242 on the year.
And Mullins will lead it off with a 3-game hit streak. And he will take the pitch for a strike. Cedric has kept the streak going during this stretch, raising his average up to .252. It's been a tough September for him. But starting to get that turned around here in the Chicago series with the 3 for 7. And a breaking ball that'll miss down low. This starter for the White Sox is considered right now to be number 3 in their starting rotation. Carlos Rondon has become their ace because of injuries. Ronaldo Lopez, whom we saw number 2, and number 3's on the mound. In the air, left center field. They weren't playing him there. That ball in the alley. Diving, can't get it. All the way to the wall. Delmonico made the attempt on it, and a leadoff double. And a 4-game hit streak for Cedric Mullins.
Oh, nice swing right there by Cedric Mullins. Delmonico with a nice diving effort, but splitting the outfielders here. Take a look. Little fastball that he stays inside, stays short to it. Here's the effort by Delmonico, and it kicks into the warning track, allowing Mullins to walk into second base. He was thinking about third, but wisely holds his ground for his 9th double of the year.
So Mullins during the hit streak now 5 for 12. And the Orioles get a chance to do what we were talking about, score early.
Yeah, man, this is a great opportunity to manufacture a run. Joey Rickard does not mind using the right side of the infield. Doesn't have to force it over there and try to drive it to right center.
The corners are playing in, looking for a bunt. He drops a good one. They get the runner in a rundown. Mullins trying to get back. Did. Boy, there's a break for the Orioles. And immediately Moncada says to the skipper, please have a look at that on the video. That was almost another miscue on the base pass by the Orioles, as Castillo had him caught in a rundown.
Yeah, here's the bunt, and there's Mullins off and running as soon as he sees it down on the ground. Wisely heading to that back corner. And Castillo with the strong throw. He's got a big time arm, but just see the throw on the other side of the base, and I think that may have allowed Mullins to get that right hand in there. Quick snap tag, and it's definitely close.
So will Rick Renteria want to challenge early on first inning? I don't know. He came out to talk to the home plate umpire, and I'm wondering whether the video stuff is working or not, because he appeared as though he didn't know what he was going to do. It is Nick Marley, the young umpire behind the plate. Tom Hallion's the crew chief, who's down at first base. And again, looks like there's going to be no challenge.
Yeah, well, Orioles catch a break right there. Rickard laying the bunt down, but not getting it out there far enough. You let that catcher make the play, and you're in trouble.
So the Orioles get 2 on as Joey Rickard will reach at first base. And now Villar 0 for 8 in the series, batting in the number 3 spot. He too shows bunt. Pitch taken inside. So the Orioles are going to play a little small ball here in the first inning.
Yeah, you like to see that. And here in this situation, Villar's got to try to push that bunt to the third baseman. Get that third baseman to vacate, and that'll hustle Mullins over there, and hopefully get Rickard in the scoring position as well.
Villar has 1 sacrifice on the year. They're charging at the first base position. Base hit up the middle. Mullins will come around to score. Headed over to third base is Rickard, and an RBI for Villar. And the Orioles are on the board with a 1-0 lead.
Play the game. Boy, that's some good looking baseball right there. So early in the ball game, the Orioles already telling the White Sox, we're pushing for a mark. We're going to lay down a couple bunts. Villar, the butcher boy. He shows bunt early. He sees a little movement by the defense, pulls the bat back and slaps it hard on the ground. Mullins able to score, and the Orioles play a little first and third here. Nice play by Villar.
So for Villar, picking up RBI number 22 on the year with the Orioles. And now first and third. The infield will stay back to play for 2. Adam Jones, who has gone 1 for 8 in the series, will stand in. And the Orioles, a couple of hits. Rickard reached on the fielder's choice on that rundown play. Adam with a big cut and a foul tip.
Boy, that last bunt, look at Villar showing the bunt. So he sees movement. As soon as he sees some movement in the infield, he draws back. It's such a good offensive play because a hitter is forced to stay short to the baseball, and that is manufacturing. That is some small baseball and done well. Love that play.
Adam has a 2 for 2 off Giolito, and one of those hits a home run. 0-1 the count. 24-year-old right-hander delivers, and the pitch to Adam will be in there for a strike. So the Orioles do something they have done very little of this season, and that's score in the first inning. It has by far been the worst inning for the Orioles this year as far as being outscored is concerned. So getting on the board early, got to feel good. Orioles get their 64th first inning run. Opponents have 116. First and third, Giolito 0-2 count on Adam. Jones will loop it. That's going to fall in. Base hit in right field. That'll score Joey Rickard. Going to go to third. Throw by Polka cut off. And the Orioles have a 2-0 lead, and Adam Jones picks up the RBI.
Oh, nice job right there. Boy, that's some focus. That's concentration from Adam Jones. He's not looking to drive a 3-run home run. He's looking to put the ball in play. Tough slider here. Look at his both hands out there reaching down. The good concentration. Yeah, tough pitch. You get off balance, but you better finish your swing the right way. He never takes his eye off the baseball, and it finds some outfield grass. Nice base running there, and the Orioles first and third again.
57 RBIs for Adam. Over to third base goes Villar. The Orioles play it station to station. And here's Trey Mancini. Trey's got a 4-game hit streak coming into this. Will take the pitch down low for a ball. Trey has had 3 hits in this series, including a 2-homer ball game, his first multi-homer game of the year. So it's been a very good series for Trey against the Chicago White Sox. 1-0 count, first and third. Infield double play depth again. Giolito a tough start, never got to settle in here, and the ball is fouled off, and that's the way you get to a starter.
Get that right. How about Boom Boom Mancini hitting safely in 11 of 12 career games against the White Sox? Showed the numbers there. Already a couple home runs in this series. Right man, right spot right now to continue. The Orioles still with no outs on the board.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Giolito's already given up 2. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be sliced foul. Not only has the starter given up the most walks in the league, he's also surrendered the most earned runs. Giolito has now surrendered 104 earned runs on the year. There's nobody higher. He and James Shields are at the top as far as runs surrendered in the American League, both of course on the Chicago staff. 1-2. Trey Mancini, chance for another RBI. Giolito's delivery and goes after high heat.
Yeah, good pitch with the fastball. And once again showing you don't have to throw 95. 93 located does just as well. Very effective pitch here, riding up and out of the strike zone. But the key to get ahead, and then that fastball will play up.
So now he'll look for the ground ball to get out of the inning. Well, Stewart will look for his first major league hit. DJ Stewart is the DH in the ball game. He's had an 0 for 5 in the series against the White Sox. Orioles taking a look at Stewart both in the outfield left and right and as a DH. Chris Davis again out of the lineup with Trey Mancini playing at first base. And we'll see a lot of the shuffling that Buck Showalter goes through every day, trying to figure out who to play next. Trying to get everybody in, recognize the veterans while getting the youngsters some time. 0-1 delivery on the way. Stewart will foul that one back. Pretty good rip on it. 0-2.
Yeah, nice pass right there. He's been taking some aggressive cuts. He's had a couple potential hits taken away from him. It's a matter of getting that first one under his belt. Hopefully he can get himself rolling. Some nice plays defensively yesterday out in left field. And actually kind of showed off his speed.
Yeah.
He can get going.
One of the things he said when he came up and was asked, describe yourself as a player, he said, I have deceptive speed. People don't give me credit for what speed I do have. They look at me and think interior lineman, but I can actually move. Speaking of linemen, how about the Ravens tight end, Hayden Hurst? He's here at the ball game. They are very good friends. He and Stewart, they attended high school together and have remained friends throughout. In fact, Hurst had a baseball opportunity with the Pirates before heading to the SEC. He spent 2 seasons playing minor league baseball in the Pittsburgh organization. They were high school teammates, remained good friends, and lo and behold, both in Baltimore at the same time.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
Right now, Hurst is on the injured reserve list. Timeout, runner goes. Pitch does not count, and it was Castillo, the catcher, who had asked for the timeout, so that'll bring Adam Jones back to first base.
Yeah, too bad. I was kind of thinking that the Orioles might try a little first and third situation. You saw the Rays do it a couple times. A great baseball play. You get a little speed at third base. Adams been stealing some bases here recently as well. Put a little more pressure on the defense in this young pitcher.
Both these two go into school together, and one's a first-round pick in football and the other in baseball. It's not bad.
Man, good football program. Huh?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Too.
1-2, runner goes again, boxed and dropped down to second base, uncontested, stolen base. And Adam Jones gets it, and Buck Showalter's got everything in motion here in the first inning.
Well, you like to see that, and really this is type our brand of baseball that I think the Orioles are going to have to start getting used to. I mean, they're not going to be able to flip out home runs every night. They're going to have to manufacture, put some pressure on defense, and we've seen defenses a little shoddy this season. A lot of younger players thrust into major league action, can't handle a lot of shift defenses, and the more pressure you can put on them, more opportunities I think you're going to get.
Ground ball with the infield in. Runners coming home. Throw to the plate's not going to be in time. Villar was off on contact, and Moncada, on a ball hit hard enough they had to side saddle it, could not get it home in time.
Well, this is pushing the envelope right here. Buck Showalter saying you got to go on contact, bringing him in. Stewart hard on the ground. No hesitation there by Villar, and he's quick. How about that? Nice play and safe. Yeah, another run crossing the plate. And the Orioles put a 3 spot up. Nice to finally see a crooked number on the scoreboard.
So it'll go as a fielder's choice. He's still looking for his first hit, but he does pick up the RBI. And that's good news for his buddy in the stands. And good news for the Orioles. That'll be RBI number 1 of his major league career for DJ Stewart. And the Orioles have 3 on the board. And runners on at first and second base. Nunez with only one away. And the pitch will be taken inside. So for a ball club, the Orioles, that rely on home runs for 45% of the runs they score this year, here they are in the first inning. They haven't even had to get the ball out of the infield and have scored 3 runs.
Well, I'll tell you what. Okay, you can look at it one way and say, yeah, power hitting team. A lot of their runs come by home runs.
That's going to be a fair ball, bobbled as Davidson couldn't play it. Another run will score. Adams Jones crosses on the air, and the Orioles keep it going.
And proving another point. Put it in play, and good things are going to happen. Right there, ball looked like it had a little bit of English on it, kicking away right at the very end. Take a look. Nunez with right off the knuckles. Look at that last hop. Boy, it caught some grass or maybe a piece of dirt, and it kicked hard to the right. Eluding that glove and putting more pressure on. Adam Jones able to score from second base. You see Adam Jones turning with the head on the baseball as soon as it gets by him. Dickerson sending him home.
107 errors committed by the Chicago White Sox this year, more than any other team in the majors, and it's really hurt them. They have given up unearned runs galore. That's 72 unearned runs, if this proves to be unearned in this inning. Now there's still only one down. Runners on at first and third. Nunez reaches on the error. Here's Villar, the 8th Oriole to hit first inning, and he will foul off the Giolito pitch.
And let's take a look at that defense you were talking about behind Giolito. Delmonico getting start left field. Engel and Palco will join him. Rondon and Moncada turning 2 up the middle with Sanchez and Davidson on the corners. And Wellington Castillo doing the catching this afternoon.
Valera with a 1 for 3 against the White Sox in this series. 0-1 count on him. He'll foul that one back up and over the screen. Well, the Orioles get a big start here in the first inning against this White Sox ball club. Remember, the Orioles did not score and had only 5 hits in the ball game last night as they were shut out for the 14th time this year, yet come right back in this ball game and pick up the 4 runs so far on 3 hits, an error, and some misplayed balls. 0-2. Giolito's delivery over the top, down low. Runner holds at first. Castillo boxed that one away towards third. And Nunez not going. The Orioles have learned the hard way about protecting themselves on the base paths, as they've had 4 outs recorded on the base paths that shouldn't have happened in this series.
Yeah, they've run into way too many outs. But I'll tell you what, you're on first base and you anticipate with balls in the dirt. You're going to make it more times than be thrown out.
Yeah.
And that was one of those opportunities potentially. Wellington very good at getting to his feet and get to the baseball, but that one kicked away to the grass.
1 ball, 2 strike will wait. Well, again, a looming play in this ball game is the one on Mullins. He was at second base with a leadoff double. Joey Rickert, a little bouncer out in front, trying to move him up, and he got caught. Should have been caught in a rundown and thrown out. Instead, the White Sox botched it and ended up safe into second base, and that ignited the whole inning, taking advantage of an opportunity for the Orioles. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that ball's in the air to right field. Palka going back will make the catch, tagging up. It'll be an RBI sac fly. Stewart scores, and the Orioles have a 5-0 lead.
Nice inning. Boy, a lot of good stuff happening here. Nice job by Valera. Getting the pitch he can handle, driving it deep to right field. Push another one across. We've seen a couple bunt attempts. We've seen a butcher boy, a sac fly. All kinds of good stuff going on.
Valera picking up his 3rd RBI with the Orioles, his 7th on the year. And the Orioles have batted around. Here is Cisco. 2 down, a runner on at first base. Chance has actually faced Giolito before and has gone 1 for 1 against the White Sox right-hander. There are 2 down. The pitch will be taken down low for a ball. Well, for Giolito, this is not uncommon. He's had real problems early on in ball games this year, the first 2 innings of games are the ones where he has suffered the most on the mound, and this is certainly going to add to that. His ERA is 8.26 in the first 2 innings this year. It's got to be 8.5 or almost 9 now. In the air to left field. Delmonico this time will have room, and he will put it away. But what a start for the Orioles. They bat around, and they will pick up a 5-0 lead. Birdland Mania at Oriole Park. It's coming up Wednesday. Orioles will have the Blue Jays in town. The special WWE ticket package includes a Birdland Mania bobblehead, game ticket, and you can get yours at Orioles.com/WWE. Young one on hand here at the ballpark to enjoy the ball game. And so far, a lot to cheer about with the Orioles jersey on there. And a lot to cheer about for the Orioles starter, David Hess. He got a 1-2-3 inning and then gets to watch his team get 5 runs, 3 earned. 2 of those in the first inning were unearned runs, and a big 5-0 lead. Daniel Palka, their power hitting rookie, 2 for 4 here in the series, will take the pitch away. Palka out of Georgia Tech, where he played his college baseball, All-American. Went to the College World Series 2012 in the Home Run Derby. And that pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Yet another one of their younger players whom they really acquired, got off waivers from Minnesota. 1-1 delivery, and he's been among the rookie leaders offensively in the power numbers.
Yeah, this White Sox team obviously taking a look at a lot of their younger players, but I was talking to their bench coach earlier today, Joe McEwing, and he said they have some pretty good young talent.
That is a towering fly ball way down the line in right field. Is it staying fair onto Utah Street? Goodbye, home run. And I mean, that baby was crunched. We're going to have to check and see where that landed. Nobody in a regular season game has ever hit the warehouse on the fly. That ball may have come as close as anybody in a long time.
Wow. He got on that one. I mean, Palka hits the ball as hard as anybody, and he had a pretty good launch angle on this. Take a look at the top of the foul pole where it goes over.
Couldn't see it. It was over there at the foul pole. It looked like it right on the pole.
Yeah. No, I hit that awning.
Oh, the awning.
There, yeah.
Wow. So it is a 5-1 ball game.
He gets to wear the big necklace.
He does. Wear anything he wants after that shot. 17 home runs surrendered by Hess on the year. And the pitch will be taken outside as Davidson stands in. Davidson has started a couple of the 3 games here in this series. Pulga gets home run number 23 and his 59th RBI. The count will go to 3-1. Home runs for David Hess, like so many of the Orioles starters, like all of the Orioles starters, has been an ongoing problem. Helps when you get a 5-1 lead and it's a solo shot, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
3-1 delivery on the way, and we'll walk him after the home run. Davidson on.
Take a look at our PNC inside the numbers here. The Sox and the Birds head-to-head this season. White Sox coming into today with that advantage with the 4-2, and another home run added on there. And of course, the problem with the Orioles in many series, just the runners in scoring position. Well, getting off to a great start today, putting a 5 spot up in the first inning will definitely hope all those numbers improve. And now it's just a matter of hanging on and maybe adding on.
May need him in this one. Here's Delmonico, and he will take the pitch. That is in there for a strike. How about the Orioles? In 1 inning went 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position in the first inning. They've been 1 for 11 in the first 2 games. 0-1 count. On at first base, Davidson. Delmonico 1 for 6 in this series. He will take the pitch, and that will miss away for a ball. Nick Marley, younger umpire, working behind the plate. Tom Hayen, crew chief at first. Dan Bellino at second. Adam Hamari at third. Pretty close strike zone. It's got to be in there. Not a lot of big advantages, hitter or pitcher, for the young umpire. Speed delivery, and that's a good one.
Yeah, beautiful change up there. Now it's got a little fade action on it. Starts it on that outer third. Hess has been aggressive on the lefties, especially on that outside corner with the fastball. So a beautiful pitch, just missing with the heater. Delmonico anticipating another one. Pulls the string on the change.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Runner not going. Came back inside and will miss on that one. This is another pitcher, David Hess, who has the reverse numbers Buck Showalter's been talking about all year. Left-handers hitting .254 and right-handers .290. A substantial difference. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Yes, we'll take a look over it, but no lead at first, and tried to go back outside with it, and the count goes full.
Man, he is just missing that outside corner consistently, right around the edge, though. If he gets one of those calls, I think it might change the whole outcome here, because it'll help Hess's confidence, and then it'll make the White Sox start swinging more on those outside fastballs.
3 ball, 2 strike count. Nobody out. Runner not going. Up the middle, off the glove. Villar's got the runner in a rundown. They got a chance at second. Double play. He's out. Villar choosing to slow the runner down and then not chase him. Gets the out at first base, and Davidson on the tag out at second.
Yeah, beautiful play right here. We saw Villar do this earlier in this homestand. Gets that runner turned and stopped, and then boom, a quick throw to first base. A nice play right there. You see the step back by Davidson. That gives Mancini plenty of time. Create a little lane. Hit that ball to Villar. Nice double play. Once again, some good heads-up defense by the Orioles.
Real fine work and a big defensive play here in the second inning to settle it down for Hess. 2 down, nobody on. And the pitch will be taken for a strike by Castillo. We talk about having a sense for the game. Villar seems to have that at second base.
Definitely has made some heady plays here recently.
Doesn't hesitate, knows what he wants to do, and then executes. A lot of times you'll see the infielder try and chase that guy down, and then you only get 1 out.
Absolutely.
On that. And twice he has not done that here in this series. Castillo, 1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way. Former Oriole catcher will take the pitch inside. 0 for 2 in the 1 game he has appeared in. Big numbers here at Camden Yards with a great season that he had here last year as the Orioles catcher. 2-1 delivery on the way. Slider's going to miss outside, and the count goes to 3-1. Strikeout to walk ratio for Hess almost exactly 2-1. 59 strikeouts, 31 walks. on the year, including 1-1 so far today. 3-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be a base hit. Castillo just lays the bat on it, takes it right up the middle, second hit of the inning.
Not a bad pitch. Pretty good fastball on that outside corner. Castillo going right down and getting himself some.
Jose Rondon has not appeared in the series. He is making the start at shortstop for the White Sox. Hasn't been up very long. He's been a DH, shortstop, second baseman, and third baseman. Played most of the season at AAA Charlotte. And the pitch will be taken for a strike. At Charlotte, he hit .250. He had 18 home runs. So he's got some power. 38 RBIs, played 80 games at AAA. 0-1 count. Rondon will take the pitch outside. He was with the White Sox during that series in May against the Orioles. Those were the numbers where he put him up big. 4 for 10, 2 home runs, and 5 RBIs. If he'd have done that against everybody, Charlotte never would have seen him.
Right.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Not holding the runner at first. Castillo not going to go anywhere. And that's at the knees for a strike.
Boy, he is making some really good pitches with his fastball. Down and away consistently now to the righties. How about that group of pitches? And the lefties, he has just been working that outside corner.
1-2. 5-1 ball game. Orioles on top. Number 8 hitter at the plate. 1-2, got him to wave. Good pitch. Hess gets his second strikeout. Polka got the home run, a monster shot to get the White Sox on the board. Villar, great D. Robert has already won 500 for being selected, 500 more for every Orioles home run hit during today's game. So Robert, good luck. Orioles have the 5-1 lead in the ball game. Giolito will try and settle it down. He's going to start right where he started in the first inning, as the Orioles batted around with the 5 runs on 3 hits and a costly error that allowed for 2 unearned runs in the first inning.
Giolito up and down season, had some problem with command throughout the course of the year, but recently he's pitched much better. Had some quality starts mixed in. The command better as well, limiting his walks, which is definitely going to be a key. But first inning, the Orioles just brought the bats and brought some situational baseball, along with putting some pressure on some defense. They put some pressure on Giolito.
And they'll try it again here. Mullins will foul the first pitch back. Cedric now with a 4-game hit streak, picking up the double in the first inning and scoring a run. 1 strike count on him.
We saw Ronaldo Lopez pitch yesterday. Giolito. He and Lopez part of the trade for Adam Eaton. Eaton obviously going to the Nationals, but it's a former #1 pick for the Nationals. So White Sox get a couple pretty good pieces back.
They did. Yep, that deal should pay off for him. 1-1 delivery on the way. Popped up, shortstop. Rondon. Oh, couldn't find it. Base hit. Almost hit him. Did not go that far out, and it looked like he had a read on it and then never made a play on the ball.
Yeah, just never came out of the sun. Got the glasses on and goes over. He's just waiting for it to come out. He's looking right into big red right there, and boom, it finally comes out, but up and over his head. And the Orioles catching another break.
Mullins has been the good luck charm here in this ball game. He's 2 for 2 now, and here is Joey Rickert. Went into a fielder's choice first time up in the attempt to move the runner up on the bunt. They caught Mullins in that what should have been a rundown and an out. He ended up getting back to the bag, as we said, and he's got Lady Luck riding right alongside of him here in this ball game as he gets a base hit.
Yeah,
added by Mother Nature's son there. In at third base is Sanchez, not deep though. Joey Rickert will take the pitch. It'll be up high for a ball. The Orioles get leadoff man on both innings. Let's see how deep into the order they can go with this one. Joey's had only 1 hit in 9 at bats against the White Sox this year. Mullins not moving at first, and the pitch will be taken up high. And you can see where Giolito gets in trouble with the count and all those walks. He throws a lot of pitches. Don Cooper with a look over there. Already, I'm sure, thinking about, all right, how do we maneuver through the bullpen? Because they're probably going to have to go there in this game. 2-0 the count.
Now, Giolito definitely worried about after that first inning, the Orioles playing a little more small ball. Good opportunity for a potential hit and run. And Mullins has seen his moves now, timing him up.
2-0 the count. Runner not going, ripped down the line. That's going to be a foul ball. Just miss a little bit too far out in front for Joey Rickert. Mullins has still not stolen a base. That's coming up with the Orioles. He is 0 for 2. This is game number 32 for him. He is one of those players who he can steal a base, and there's no question about his speed. Question is, can he put the two together?
All right.
Sometimes speed doesn't make you a base stealer.
Nope.
2-1 strike count. He's not extended the lead over there. There he goes. Rickert in the air to left. Sun again. Delmonico put the glove up to try and find it. Does. And will put it away. And Rickert is retired. On Wednesday, join fellow University of Maryland students, alumni, and supporters. University night here at the park. Fans purchasing University of Maryland University night ticket packages get the unique Orioles cap featuring the Terps colors and logo. Caps are limited. Be sure to get yours. Order at Orioles.com/university. Georgetown on hand here. Georgetown University hats, alumni, students.
Oh, those are cool lids.
Pitch on the way, and that will be taken for a strike. Villar base hit and an RBI in the first inning. Again, Sanchez. Sanchez has made personal contact with almost every Oriole hitter in this series. Literally coming down the line. He has played on the grass more than he has played on the dirt at third base in this series in all kinds of situations. Runner goes. What a jump. No chance. Stolen base. So there's number one. He had Giolito red and took off while he still had the ball.
Yeah, nicely done by Cedric Mullins. And you see the great jump, quick glance in. First slide to the back. Castillo couldn't get the handle. He saw the good jump and tried to be a little bit too quick right there.
Wow. So a man in scoring position. 0-2 the count. Castillo has to box it. Giolito, the base stealers against him are now 24 out of 28. Think that's got to be worked on?
I'll say it does.
That is a ton. Making his 30th start for catchers. Castillo, horror show. Because you know you're not going to have much of a chance even on a clean play at the plate handling it to get a runner out. So Mullins on at second. 1-2 strike count on Villar. And he will take the pitch inside for a ball. Giolito with a real tough start here. He had another start against the Orioles. That was one in which he gave up 7 runs, 6 hits, and 3 walks in Chicago. 2-2 strike count. He's having the same kind of outing here. Long look back. Pitch will be taken inside for a ball, and the count goes full 3-2.
Yeah, he didn't last very long, only an inning and a third, and gave up a couple home runs. Mancini and Jones got him there. Right now, the Orioles just kind of working him, making him, forcing him to throw a lot of pitches and just hit singles all over the place.
Villar already with 1 RBI and a base hit here. Could have another one. Mullins off second base. 3-2 delivery on the way down to first, and that one will be foul. Villar hitting in the number 3 spot in the lineup. He has been moved around by Buck Showalter, and with the hot bat giving him an opportunity to pick up some RBIs in this 3 slot. 3-2 pitch will be coming for the second time. Ninth time he's batted third this year. 3-2 delivery on the way. That's going to be a base hit into right field. Cedric Mullins will make a turn. Palka, though, will get it into the cutoff man. Ball hit so hard, no chance even for Mullins to score, and the Orioles cover the corners with 1 out. And AT&T achieving more.
You know, Adam Jones this season in day games has definitely been achieving more. 317 batting average in his 42 day games with 4 home runs and 18 RBI. About 20 extra base hits. Pretty impressive stuff for Adam Jones.
Adam has picked up an RBI and a base hit his first time up. Now with 1 down, runners on at first and third, he will get another chance. Adam has had 4 RBIs against the White Sox this year, and this the 7th and final game they will play. And a timeout asked for at the plate, so Adam will step out.
Well, and here is a great situation for Buck Showalter and the Orioles. Speed at first and speed at third with the 1 out. Of course, you'd love for Adam Jones to pop a home run, maybe play a little first and third for a while, but the defense of the White Sox, their head is spinning right now. It really puts a lot of pressure. You get that kind of speed out there.
Throw over, almost got away. Runner starts to the plate, stops. Mullins will stay at third. Davidson had to find that one as it rolled into foul territory.
Yeah, so quick snap throw. Concerned about Villar and his speed. I see it tell. Ball kicks away, and look how rapidly Davidson gets on it, and the head turns up because there's speed at third base as well. So there is some panicking going on, or at least an awareness of the speed that's on the bases.
Villar 12 out of 14. And as Oriole fans know, he loves to go, and he's got a big lead. Throw over, and he's back. He was a half a step beyond that cutout. So he loves to challenge. I mean, he is so aggressive. And as Buck Showalter has continually repeated, once that aggressiveness gets under control, he'll be even more dangerous.
Oh, absolutely. Well, big time concern right there. I mean, like it getting out there, that one-way lead. A good example. Really, you can push yourself. I think a lot of players could get a little further on their leads at first base.
Now, he had such a good read on Giolotto's move. He was going back to the bag before he threw over. He knew he was coming to the bag.
Well, I'll tell you, good base stealers, they do a lot of different things. And now at times Villar will get out there with that extended lead, might start a little closer and then kind of walk out there. And that just helps kind of get in the head of the pitcher a little bit.
Only one down, first and third. Giolito's delivery on the way. Adam Jones towards the middle. Backhanded. Moncada one relay, and he'll get the double play by himself on the pivot. No runs, one hit, no errors, and a one left on base. Orioles up 5-1.
Tough luck here. Jacob deGrom, we've heard about his great year with the 176 earned run average and 5 losses. Well, David Hess on the list as well. 403 earned run average, and unfortunately, a lot of the Orioles' troubles with run support. The Oriole offense has just been down all season long, and Hess taking the brunt of this one with the 5 losses and a very respectable 403 earned run average.
So he'll go to work with Engel, number 9 in the order. Getting the start in center field. Engel's been tough on the Orioles this year. 7 for 16 with a home run and 2 RBIs against the O's. 1-0 count. In at third base, even Nunez. For Hess this year in those numbers of run support, while he's in the ball game, the Orioles have averaged 1.9 runs per start. While he's in the game. In the games he's pitched in, they've averaged 3.21. 4 runs is the magic number to win a ball game. They haven't gotten that, and not even close while he's in the game. Cashner, even lower than that. When Andrew Cashner's in the ball game, the Orioles have averaged 1.89. Good Lord. And Cobb, it's 2.15. Gets him on the K. Looking, Engel not real happy about it.
Well, a good fastball, and we've seen some good ones pitching on that arm side, especially to the lefties, but he challenges the righty right here. And this is a quality fastball. Working that inside corner. Cisco receiving it well. Quick first out.
So 1 down, 3 strikeouts on the board for Hess. Moncada, top of the order, caught out on strikes his first time up. Whenever you hear talking about run support for pitchers, there are 2 very different numbers. And a lot of times when the stories are written or you hear about it, they don't differentiate between the runs scored while a guy's actually on the mound and the runs scored in the games in which he started, which can be significantly different. I mean, you can get a guy who's who gets wins, and the team's averaging 5.5 runs a ball game, and then you look and see how many of those were scored while he actually pitched, and it's 3. Right. Well, that means he pitched under pressure in those games, even though the final score was significantly different. Popped up in the air to left, everybody trying to help everybody out there to find the baseball. Joey Rickard finds that one. Moncada's retired. Go to masson.me/enter to submit today's word of the day, team, for a chance to win a Buck Showalter signed jersey and bat. Brought to you by Johns Hopkins Orthopedic. When you have a setback, they set you up for a comeback. 2 down, nobody on. Sanchez. Sanchez popped out his first time up. White Sox coming in with a 3-game win streak after they had been on a losing tear. They've actually played some pretty good ball on the road. They've won 14 of the last 19 road games. 1-0 delivery. They will be heading out to Cleveland to take on the division champion Cleveland Indians. Orioles will stay at home with Toronto coming in for 3. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery. Looking at those numbers again, the Indians the only team over 500 in the Central Division. And right now that American League Central Division has the worst winning percentage of any division since division play came into effect. 1-2 delivery. Little roller off the end. The eye. Oops. And Sanchez is on.
Well, tough chance. I'll tell you what, Sanchez flying down the line. If one thing, maybe just free up that glove hand. He goes down with 2 hands, and a lot of times you lose your athleticism. He goes at it with 1 hand, might free that glove up to handle this tough hop. That last one kind of kicks up on him. Watch it kicking off the heel, the palm of the glove right there, and unable to find the handle.
Well, we'll see whether they give him. I'm assuming that's going to be an error. 2 down. E6 will be called on that. And the breaking ball will be up there for a strike. Abreu 0 for 9 in the series and 0 for his last 18 at the plate. 2 down and 1 on. Sanchez not wanting to take the bat out of the hands of Abreu. And that's why it's curving and will be foul. But he can put you right back in a ball game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Hess doing his job. Weak contact. It's what every pitcher's after. That little number there that Sanchez hit was only 63 miles an hour. So you expect that one to be an out.
That error is the Orioles' 99th error of the year. The last time they had 100 errors in a season was 2012. When they committed 106. 0-2 count with 2 down. Sanchez off first base, and that one is going to miss down low. Abreu, of course, one of the stars of Major League Baseball in this day and age, and will be for some time. Centerpiece for this ball club, an outstanding hitter, and a pretty good defender as well. Abreu working in this ball game as the DH. 1-2 delivery on the way, and another one tag foul. For Abreu, he's up there in a lot of categories for extra base hits in the first 5 years in the majors. He joins Ted Williams, Joe DiMaggio, Earl Averill, and Mark Teixeira as the most extra base hits in the first 5 years in the majors.
Well, an experienced rookie.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But still pretty impressive stuff.
1-2 delivery on the way, and that one's going to be foul back. So Hess battling here with a 1 ball 2 strike count. David has walked only 1. He has struck out 3. All-time leader in hits in the first 5 years in the majors, Ted Williams and Joe DiMaggio. Wouldn't you know it, they had exactly the same number, 397 extra base hits in their first 5 years. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that caught him. Second time he's been hit in this series, and the seventh hit batter on the year by Hess. Now it gets a little sticky.
All right, so error should have been the third out, and out of the inning with Hess sitting on the bench. And I drank a Gatorade, and now has to pitch to another batter, and of course one of the tougher hitters. Big time numbers here at Camden Yards, so he sees a few pitches, knocks a few foul home runs, and then gets hit by a pitch. And now some serious pressure on David Hess and the O's.
Polka delivered the long ball out onto Utah Street. His 23rd home run, 394 feet. Pitch will be taken up high. It was hard to follow the ball. It was so close to the foul pole, and it curved kind of out of our sight here, but it hit the top of an awning on a table out there outside of the warehouse in a sitting area. That was very close to hitting the warehouse on the fly. 1-0 count, 2 down. Hess delivery to him. That'll be taken up high. Here's the homer.
111 off the bat. Only 394. Too much altitude.
Wow. Hess obviously being very careful with him. He's got 23 on the year. 2 down, first and second. 2-0 delivery on the way. Gets him on the pop up outside of third, but there'll be no play. Dozen rows back into the seats.
Hess has made some nice changeup pitches with his changeup here this afternoon. Well located. That one fading away. That outside corner, and every lefty he's really been aggressive with the fastball on the outer edge. And now starting to mix in a few changeups out there and getting Polka to reach, almost getting that out.
Lefties have 11 home runs off David, and 6 picked up by the right-handers. Sanchez at second, Abreu's on at first. There are 2 down. Pitch to Polka. Sounds like an accordion dance. Pitch will be taken up high, and the count goes to 3-1. Well, you really got to be careful on this pitch, because David will be. You want to strike, you don't want to walk him, but you certainly can't groove one. See if he throws an off speed here. 3-1 delivery on the way. Came in at 84, 3-2.
How about 3 changeups in a row? Pretty gutsy. Nice job. Good confidence in that pitch.
The chance to get out of the inning. Even with a 5-1 lead, he's had to work the last 2 innings. Runners will be going with 2 down. And that'll be lifted foul again. Among the rookies, Polka's 3rd in home runs right now. He is 3rd in RBIs, 4th in extra base hits, 5th in total bases among rookie players. Ballots being filled out by those who vote for the different awards. Postseason announcements on regular season awards. But Showalter was talking about that. He's getting his ballot prepared on the Silver Slugger Awards. Runner goes to 3rd. Trying to get a balk on him, I think, but he stepped off. It'll be a stolen base. Sanchez just took off. Nobody was looking. May not matter a great deal, but a little troublesome.
Well, it would have mattered if Abreu had been following right behind him.
Yeah.
Defense didn't even move.
3-2 delivery, ground ball. That'll go to second base. Villar will make the throw and will record the out. So no runs, no hits, an error. 2 are left on base. Orioles up by 4. That group right there is from Baltimore Station. They work with homeless veterans, helping them to get their lives back in order. Happy to have them here at the ballpark with a mighty worthy task. Men and women, thank you. Giolito ready to go on the mound. 2 very long innings. 5 runs in the first, none in the second, but the Orioles threatened. Mancini, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Stewart and then Nunez against the giant of the mound. 6'6", 245 pounds. 24-year-old right-hander out of Santa Monica, California. His mom and dad are both heavily involved in the movie and television industry as actors and writers, producers. Yeah, they've been in some substantial productions. Here's the 2-0 pitch on the way. None more so than the one who's on the mound. His parents, Rick Giolito and Lindsay Frost, are both actors. Twin Peaks, The Hunter, Who's the Boss, Without a Trace, Boston Legal, all kinds of shows. His uncle was Mark Frost, who appeared in Twin Peaks. His grandfather was Warren Frost, who was George Costanza's father-in-law on Seinfeld.
That's awesome.
So a whole history of Hollywood activity.
Wow.
He's chosen to go in a different direction for the moment. 2 ball, 2 strike count on Mancini, leading it off. And the breaking ball will be taken down low.
Good take right there. How about Trey Mancini? How about the company he's in? First 2 full seasons, and Trey Mancini with the 47 home runs and the 47 doubles, joining Ripken, Murray, gentleman Jim Gentile for the first time. You know, players with 40 home runs or 40 doubles since 1954. Of course, those guys went on to do some fabulous things. Cal Ripken was Rookie of the Year then and MVP in his second year.
So the walk, a leadoff walk. Giolito's going to eat up some innings if he can for this ball club, but clearly ineffective. And daytime has been his time in his career. Going back through last year, his numbers during the day are a whole lot better than they have been at night. 7-4, 3.7 ERA in the day. Then you get to the nighttime, he's 6-9 with an ERA of just under 6. Not today. Pitch on the way, grounded. Sanchez knocks it down. Got to go to first base and will get the out. Tough play, as again he was playing in, somehow getting a glove on Stewart's ground ball.
My goodness, here one defender over there. Now he turned a double play from there, and he's been playing that position in about 10 feet on the grass all series long. Nice defensive play there, just to knock it down. Regroups, bare hands the ball out of the dirt, throws a strike onto Davidson. And Stewart, some tough luck here.
Yeah. Stewart an RBI and a fielder's choice, still looking for that first hit. Here's Nunez. He reached on an error in that first inning that allowed a run to score. 1 down, runner on at second base. Rips it. Foul.
Healthy cut all over that fastball.
Orioles have gone 3 for 8 already today with runners in scoring position. Nunez has got the 3-game hit streak coming into the ball game and getting on base regularly for the Orioles. 3 hits, last 12 at bats during the streak. 0-1 delivery on the way to him. Look out into the kitchen. And a 1 ball 1 strike count from Giolito. Giolito also had a lot better numbers on the road than at home. That's getting spoiled today. It was 4.24 on the road and 7.9 at home. 1-1 delivery on the way, and a swing and a miss. Overhand breaking ball down and away.
Pretty good Pitch right there. Starting it on the plate. Busting down off.
And he comes over the top. We talk about downward tilt with that 6'6" frame. He's got those long arms. He's really coming down at you.
Yeah, absolutely. And he gets some pretty good depth on the slider as well. 6'6". Yeah, he's only 24 years old too. So to have this kind of experience, he's actually leading this team in wins.
Yeah,
with the 10.
10-10. 1-2. Runner off second. One down. Giolito. He'll bounce that one off the plate.
Kind of all over the place. Really battling through everything. This hasn't been easy for him.
Pitch count just piling up on him here because of these long counts and that long first inning. 2-2 delivery on the way, and it hits Nunez with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. So each team's had a hit batter.
Well, getting the fastball in, but up and in. It's a little scary. Catching Nunez right off the back of that elbow.
Another idea of just how all over the place he can be. That is the 15th batter he has hit this year.
Oh my.
9 wild pitches and 15 hit batters. Another category in which he is leading. So one away, it does set up a potential double play. Villar sac fly and an RBI, his first time up. Sanchez again will move in at third, and so will Davidson at first. Ground ball that way is foul. Let's take a look at our StatCast AI powered by AWS.
Take a look at the positioning here. Davidson pulled in tight. Sanchez, boy, he's living right there on the grass. Doing sliding up the middle a little bit. And Moncada responsible for a lot of territory over there on the right side.
0-1 count on Villar. That should fall in right field. That'll be a base hit. Good jump. Mancini turns. Going to be held. Good play by Polka to get it into the cutoff end. Another ball hit too hard to score on. But the Orioles now load the bases here in the third inning, and only one down.
Nice job to get the bottom of this lineup going, and good things are going to happen. A nice clean single right there. Mancini looking to score, coming around hard. Take a look. Nice secondary lead. Turns around, gets his head on the baseball, and then he leaves it up to Dickerson. Put the brakes on. That's what you like to see. Always thinking about crossing that plate. Third base coach holds you up there.
So Chance Sisco will get the opportunity with the bases loaded. Only one down. Orioles chance for another big inning. Sisco ground ball. Runner's going to come to the plate. Moncada's got one. Relay over to first base for the double play from Rondon. So no runs, one hit, no errors, and a couple left on base. The report out of Scranton Wilkes-Barre, the Yankees promoting their #1 prospect, Justin Sheffield, age 22, a left-hander, 5 starts Trenton this year, 20 games, AAA. Those are the numbers at AAA. The Yankees just a game and a half ahead of Oakland for that top wild card slot. They've only gone 6-7 this month, 8-10 over the longer stretch. And the Rays, their young ball club, AAA Durham Bulls, they topped the New York Scranton Wilkes-Barre and captured the Governor's Cup, a 6-2 win. That's the AAA International League Championship.
Wow. I don't know how they did that. Most of their guys are right there in Tampa, right there, bullpen. Pretty impressive stuff. And of course, when your AAA team wins a championship, sign us some pretty good depth.
And that's what the Rays are hoping for, to add to the rather phenomenal year that they have put up this season. That is the 2nd consecutive year the Durham Bulls have won the Governor's Cup. 5-1 lead for the Orioles. Here's Matt Davidson. The Orioles taking advantage. A Giolito in the first inning and a White Sox error. 5 runs, 3 earned on 3 hits in the first. Polka added a run in the second, a home run off Hess. And that's where we are. That one will go off the mask of Chance Sisco.
A little hanging slider right there that Davidson gets a good look at. More of the lateral movement on this one. Doesn't get that good tilt. You see the healthy cut, but then Sisco taking the brunt over the top of the glove and wearing it in that right cheek.
Matt Davidson will take the pitch outside. He's had a pretty good last couple of weeks, hitting .289. Walk-off home run in Detroit. Also had one against Cleveland this year for the White Sox. 2-2 delivery to him, and Davidson will take one again that's going to skip off the plate. Davidson getting the start at first base in the ball game today. Abreu moving to the DH role. He's been a tough hitter against the Orioles lifetime, .333 average, with 4 career home runs off Oriole pitching. David Hess, 3-2 delivery. That'll be a base hit into right center field. Mullins going over to get it. So Davidson starts it out with a single. Leadoff man on, 2 out of 4 innings for the White Sox. The Orioles invite all fans 21 and over to enjoy an Oktoberfest celebration. Orioles hosting the Oztoberfest here at Oriole Park Friday, September 28th. Special ticket packages include an exclusive pregame party, Oktoberfest style beers, limited edition 22-ounce Oztoberfest ceramic beer stein. For tickets, Orioles.com/Oztoberfest. Davidson the base hit. 3 hits for the White Sox. And here is Delmonico hit into a double play his first time up. Delmonico only hitting $130 over the last 16 ball games. Their left fielder. 0-1 delivery to him, and that'll be taken down the line. Adam Jones will not have a play. Good break made by Davidson. He's on his way to third. Adam gets it in and holds him to a single. And the White Sox cover the corners here with nobody out. Top of the 4th inning.
Well, nice job by Adam Jones hustling that one back in to keep that double play in order. Delmonico turning on an elevated fastball. Tough pitch to typically get to, but he does well. Finds the barrel. A quick turnaround there by Davidson. He realizes it's going to drop and he hustles into third, but Adam Jones putting it into second base. David Hess looking for the double play ball.
Only the 4th inning, so time and at bats for the White Sox. So Hess want to get out of this thing, try for the ground ball, let the run score, get the 2 outs if they can off Castillo. He had a base hit his first time up. Wellington will foul it back. Castillo limited at bats. Runners in scoring position 7-32 this year. Put on the restricted list and also the DL, so his time in catching has been much more limited than what the White Sox had hoped for. 0-1 count. Castillo will take the pitch inside for a ball. White Sox have done a real good job against the East this year. They've gone 16-15 against the East. It's a pretty good number.
Sure is.
For a ball club 20 below that 500 mark. 1 ball, 1 strike count, and that ball is going to be fouled back. 4th inning of Orioles baseball brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Hess will take a moment as Castillo backs out. Actually, they're 30 games below 500. Give them 10 more than they had. In the air and fouled off down the right field side. Well, we come into this Sunday. Boston's going to take care of the East. Cleveland has clinched the Central. Houston now 3.5 up on Oakland for the West. So they've regained a little breathing room there. Atlanta's going to win the National League East, 6.5 up. Chicago, they put some distance between themselves and the Brew Crew. Chicago now 2.5 ahead. They've won 3 in a row. And in the West, Wild West, Dodgers just a half game ahead of Colorado and 4 on Arizona. Swing and a foul tip out of the mitt. That one hurt Cisco.
Oh no.
Did he break the mask or something, or his finger?
I think it got him in the throat.
Oh no. Ugh.
Might have broke the mask. Take a look. Another foul ball. Oh, took him right off the chin and split the lip or the chin. Cut the chin. Wow. Oh, that's some force right there. All that padding.
Phenomenal.
Split the skin like that.
So he'll be coming out of the game, Chance Cisco. Foul ball that had just the wrong angle. So Austin Wynns will get the equipment on and come on and take his place behind the plate.
Now Buck kind of rotating all 3 catchers through, and Cisco getting an opportunity. Unfortunate break right there.
He'll get a chance behind the plate to loosen up a little bit.
Austin Wynns ready to go. Thumbs up.
That didn't take a lot of warm-ups, did it? He's still stretching.
He'd been ready since first pitch. I'm ready to go, coach.
One ball, 2 strike count. Runners on at first and third. Castillo waiting on the 1-2. And a swing and a miss, and that's a big strikeout. Castillo goes down, strikeout number 4.
Well, a couple good swings in this at bat from Castillo, but finally able to put one out of reach here. Fastball riding up and away. And Castillo can't stay on top.
So now, chance to get out of the inning with a ground ball double play. Rondon, who was a strikeout victim his first time up, hitting in the 8th spot, playing it short. First and third, 1 away. Jose Rondon waiting on it, showed bunt. He'll check again down at third base to see whether or not that is still on and whether or not he actually meant it that time. With Capra, third base coach. Darryl Boston, their first base coach. 1-0. Trying to see if he'll slide his hand up the bat on that on the throw over, and did not.
Well, pretty good idea anyway, even if he isn't planning on doing that, just get the defense thinking about this situation. And I think a bunt in a first and third situation, especially when you're down, is a pretty darn good play. I mean, he could push this one towards second base. No chance of turning the double play, and a run will score.
Rondon not bunting on that one, and a 1-ball 1-strike count. Another young player with some experience out of Venezuela. Another one of those signed very young, as the Angels signed him back in 2011 as a free agent. He was all over the place last year. Hit .293 in minor league games. Played AA, AAA, and A ball. 1-ball 1-strike count. Rondon, another wild cut on a pitch away off speed. 1-2.
Boy, could have been Hess's best slider right there. Nice tilt. Nice location. Look at that. It's holding true right on that outside corner, and that is some depth on a slider. Wow. Bottle that one up.
So Rondon now thinking, with a 1-ball 2-strike count. A couple of cuts that have been way off the mark, with Hess having his timing way off. 1-2 delivery started, did he? New. Tom Hallion down at first base.
Oh, good try. Got him leaning. Ooh, goodness.
That one could have gone the other way.
Wow.
Pitch count piling up on Hess as well, even with the 5-1 lead. Davidson off third, Delmonico off first, 2-2. And Rondon will pop that one up down the line towards the seats and out of play.
Yeah, Hess' first few innings was very efficient, and then all of a sudden an error led to a bunch of pitches thrown to Abreu. Ended up hitting Abreu and just threw, my goodness, about 15 more pitches that inning after the error. So that doesn't help causes.
2-ball 2-strike count now. Longest outing, 7 innings against Toronto for David Hess. That was in August on the 22nd. He's coming off the outing against Tampa Bay. That was 5 innings. Rondon, that one will be back. No play on this either. Souvenir for the folks. 2-ball 2-strike count. Wins saw it, but had no play on it. Rondon, 2-ball 2-strike count. Real battles for both of these teams in these at bats through the first 3+ innings of this game. Two balls, 2 strikes, and he got him. Foul tipped, held on to.
Well done right there. Climbing the ladder. 93 up at the top of the zone. Pretty good battle through this AB. And Hess winning. Big punch out. Runners on first and third.
Hess had 7 strikeouts in that longest outing against Toronto. 7. He's got 5 recorded in this one, and 2 big ones here in the 4th inning. So they get first and third, and then he strikes out Castillo and Rondon. Now here is Engel, number 9 hitter, with 2 away. He too is struck out. The pitch will be in the outside corner for a strike. Adam Engel after the 2-out RBI. Hess trying to put on a show here with 2 down. Engel starting in center, outstanding defensive player. 1-0 delivery, turned it foul.
How about this one? Of course, the White Sox with 2 on base. Highest percentage of wins by way of the comeback this season, and the White Sox and Orioles on that list. How about 52.5% of the time they'll come back to get their wins, and the Orioles 47.6. Pretty good number right there. Of course, not a good sign with a low amount of wins for the Orioles, and you saw that number down at the bottom, the 27 and 37 when scoring first. That's the worst record in Major League Baseball, and those stats there brought to you by Maryland Live Casino. Inside the numbers.
0-2 count with 2 down. Still runners on at first and third. Runner in scoring position, leader in the majors, continues to be J.D. Martinez, hitting .401 with Boston. Major league average .254. Unfortunately, Trey Mancini remains last in the majors because of that bad first half. Swing and a miss. What a job. Hess strikes the side out after giving up singles to the first two faced. He leaves them at first and third.
Got runners all over the bags in the first inning. Yeah, Mullins starting things off with a double. Nice knock right there by Villar. It was a butcher boy. Adam Jones finding some outfield grass to drive another one in. A little fielder's choice right here to score another run for the Orioles, and they kept it coming. Put the ball in play, and good things are going to happen. How about that one? Adam Jones crossing the plate. Nice AB there. The sac fly by Villar to plate Stewart. And the Orioles put a big crooked number up, 5 runs. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Cedric Mullins in the leadoff spot has done just that now 3 times. Led off an inning. He led off the first. He led off the second. He's leading off the fourth. He's had 2 for 2, double single, run scored, stolen base. First stolen base he's picked up with the Orioles. So Mullins pushing the numbers up. Good series for him now. 5 hits, 9 at bats against the White Sox. 2-0 count. Giolito, the starter, delivers, hit hard. Moncada eats him up, finds it, lost it. Base hit. 3 for 3 in the ball game from Mullins.
Oh, nice swing right there by Cedric Mullins. Squaring this one up. 2 miles an hour off the bat, so harder you hit it, the tougher it is obviously for the defender, and that one gets all over Moncada. Mullins finding himself on base again. Take a look at Moncada getting himself set. Nice job there, but a little too tardy getting behind that baseball. Eats him up.
So the Orioles have the leadoff man on here in the 4th, and hit number 7. That will bring Joey Rickard up. Fielder's choice, run scored. Andy is flied out, ball gets away. Castillo able to hold it close enough. Mullins started, stopped, and once you stop, you go back to the bag.
Well, Castillo didn't attack that ball the right way. A little two-seamer kind of pushed it away. But I'll tell you what, there aren't many that can get to the feet as quickly as Castillo can, and that's really what shut Mullins down. I mean, lightning feet up there in the head right at him.
And Castillo with that great arm last year with the Orioles, led all catchers, throwing out base stealers 44%. He's at 32% right now. Giolito will throw over.
Okay,
surprised we've not seen warm-up action for the White Sox. Giolito's really
right.
It's been a long day already.
They're letting him learn.
Yeah. 30 a start. His record is 13-14 in the majors. He's 10-10 this year. Second-year pitcher. 1-0 delivery on the way, and a ground ball will go to short. Rondon, Moncado, and just in time to get the out with Davidson.
That's a quick turn right there.
So 2 down. Now Major League Notebook turns to this date in baseball, brought to you by University of Maryland University College. It was in 1985. The Orioles hit 6 home runs, 14-7 game over the Tigers. And then in that, 3 of those were back-to-back-to-back by Cal, Eddie, and Freddie Lynn. And in 2014, the Orioles clinched the American League East on this date for the first time since 1997.
Celebration.
2 down, nobody on. Here's Villar. 2-hit ball game for him. Mullins has already had a 3-hit ball game. So Villar would like to join him. 2 singles and an RBI. Giolito, the 1-0 delivery to him, and that'll be punched in the air to right. Got it good. Way back, and goodbye. Home run. Another one off Utah Street. A one-hopper to the warehouse. And Villar delivers the long ball, and the Orioles have a 6-1 lead.
Big ball right there from Villar. Came off hot, almost 104 miles an hour. But look at the distance, 430 feet away. One hop in the warehouse.
What a shot that was. Our Maryland home run riches contestant, Robert Williams, 500 on that one.
Staying red hot. 14th home run of the year.
So a 3-hit ball game picked up by Villar. Yeah. Flex those muscles on that one. 8 of the homers have been hit with the Orioles, and 22 Oriole RBIs.
Take a look at this swing here, catching a fastball, a little two-seamer. Maybe the changeup leaking back in. And he had some serious altitude, and it bounces off Utah Street. Take a look at how high it bounces up into the warehouse.
And the pitch will be taken away. So we've seen 2 big shots in this ball game. That's the biggest one. Long 430. As most fans know, the only one to hit the fly, Ken Griffey Jr. in a batting practice here for an all-star game, put it out off the wall. No one else has ever hit it on the fly. Pitch is taken away. That home run may have scared Giolito out of the strike zone. 3-0. Adam Jones hit into a double play, base hit and an RBI, and Adam will take the pitch inside, and he is on again. So a couple of walks surrendered in the game. Giolito's had home run problems too. That's the 26th home run that he has surrendered this season. And he's split them right down the middle, 13-13 to righties and lefties. 1 on, 2 down. Orioles 6 runs on 8 hits. Trey Mancini a walk, and he is struck out. And the breaking ball will be down low for a ball.
He's all over the place right now, and not talking about just the command, just his delivery has been inconsistent, really frustrated, and falling all over the place. And keep looking down, kicking that mound right there. Maybe the hole getting a little bit bigger, but seems to be making some excuses out there.
Yeah. So we'll see. Bummer has been in this series. He's just starting to throw those, so Aaron Bummer will take a moment to get warmed up. Everybody back. Mancini with a runner on at first base. Orioles trying to avoid the sweep by the White Sox, in pretty good position right now with that 6-1 lead. (1-0) the count. Mancini on a good rip right straight back.
That's another shot at that one. Couple home runs in this series, feeling pretty good. And he was all over that 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
Trey has had 13 home runs here at Camden Yards and 10 on the road this year. 1-1 delivery. High strike will be called. Mancini didn't think it was. And the count will go to 1-2. Trey to be followed by Stewart if the inning stays alive. Adam Jones on at first base. And the 1-2 delivered to Mancini, a number that curves fair, and he's out. That ball was fouled and rolled back, and so he'll be retired. The Orioles will get a run though on the big blast by Villar. 95th out, 98th rather, out onto Utah Street, and the 5th for the Orioles this year. 6-1 O's. APNC make today the day.
Oh, here's another good-looking young lefty, Tyler Irwin. Frederick Keys this year had himself a strong year. Named to the All-Star team, the Carolina midseason All-Star team. He's going to the Arizona Fall League as well. Man, that's quite an honor. How about the numbers? 50 games, got 4 wins out of the pen with a 1.58 earned run average and the 18 saves. Impressive stuff. Saw a couple good looking young lefties yesterday. Keegan Aiken came up to visit us.
Down to first and underneath the glove. Trey Mancini went over and had a play on it, and the ball just went underneath his glove. So the leadoff man Moncada is on.
Well, Trey Mancini really upset about that last at bat. Didn't like a strike call, and then of course the ball was foul, came back, and I think the frustration and I'm a little carryover right here, and something that Trey Mancini definitely has to clean up a little bit. Try not to take that bat out to the field with you, and that ball just sneaking under the glove.
With a wait on the call by the official scorer, but the leadoff man is on. Here as Sanchez takes a strike, that'll be an error. So the Orioles reach the 100 mark in errors. 2 in this ball game. And the leadoff man on again. White Sox trail 6-1 in this game, but it's never felt very comfortable. They keep getting guys on base with power hitters coming up.
Yeah, exactly. It's their power that's uncomfortable. So many guys can pop one out of here in a second. And, the way they keep finding ways to get base runners, a little uncomfortable.
0-2 the count. So David Hess will try and pick up his D now, get that ground ball, get 2. And the pitch will be up high.
Well, Hess kind of boned his neck in that last inning with a couple singles to start the inning off. He punches out the side. So could turn it up a notch.
1-2. And Abreu waiting on deck. Sanchez 1-2 delivery to him, and that'll miss outside. Little note on the errors. We told you last time the Orioles had 100 errors, 2012. The most the Orioles have ever committed since coming to Baltimore, 167. Can you imagine that? 1955. And the most errors by a team in a season since 1954 is the Mets, 210. Down the line, left field, curving over towards the seats, and no play. No other teams committed 200 or more errors in a season since the Mets did it. And they did it twice in back-to-back years. How brutal must that have been?
What years?
Those were the bad years. Those were the 62, 63 years at the beginning.
Oh.
With the mighty Mets under Casey.
Wow.
Holy moly. 2-ball, 2-strike delivery on the way. Jammed him. It's back by the screen and on the other side of it.
You know, something pretty interesting about defense, and you had mentioned that 2012 team with the Orioles. Then they had been scuffling defensively, and about mid-season they decided to make some moves, and some pretty drastic moves as well. Reynolds was the third baseman, and he had a hard time over there, so Buck moves him over to first base, and they call a young, who had been a shortstop, up to play third base, Manny Machado.
Yeah.
They got Nate McLouth in to solidify some outfield defense, and next thing you know, they're in the postseason. So defense really matters if you want to be a winning team. And they ended up taking care of the baseball, and then they went on a run for about 5 years where they were arguably one of the best defenses in the game. 1 year, historic defense.
Yes. And Buck kept pushing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The importance of it to the players. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Runner off first base, nobody out here. In the air, right center field. That's what we were talking about way back in the power alley. And goodbye home run. And that is the fear with this Chicago team. Sanchez delivers a 2 RBI homer and makes it a 6-3 ball game.
Too many extra opportunities. White Sox going to take advantage of it. Take a look right here. And a fastball ends up being center cut. Now he's been real good, Hess, with his fastball all ball game long. Sanchez able to catch one of the rare mistakes and just making it over the wall.
So Sanchez gets home run number 8. RBIs 50 and 51. And the error opened the door. Moncada scoring ahead of him. 2 home runs in the ball game for the White Sox. Solo shot by Palka was the other. And for David Hess, he now has surrendered 18 homers. Hart, Meisinger in the bullpen. Still nobody out here in the 5th inning. Popped up in the air and back by Abreu out of play. Well, the White Sox continue to hang in this ball game. Abreu hit by a pitch and he's flied out. Trying to get out of the 0 for 18. Breaking ball. Tied him up off balance and an 0-2 count.
That is a great pitch from David Hess. He's only flipped in a couple of those, but he's thrown strikes with both of them. 69 miles an hour there, almost eephus type.
And Abreu continues to struggle, and Hess takes advantage of it and gets him.
And really, just the pace of that breaking ball helped set up the AB. I mean, the first pitch slider, he was all over. Then 69, and then a plus slider on that outside corner. Easy work right there of Abreu.
7 strikeouts picked up by Hess. Here's Palka, 23rd home run, 2nd inning. Also is grounded out. The Orioles will put the shift on against him. White Sox 10th in the league in homers coming into today's play. The Orioles surrendering 213 home runs now, the most in the American League. Off-speed breaking ball, 2-0. Only 1 walk by Hess along with the 7 Ks.
Well, Hess been really good here lately. Last 2 starts coming into this one, he didn't give up a walk.
Yep. Foul back, 100 pitches thrown in the ball game for David Hess. Orioles would like to see him work through this inning. This is the most pitches he has thrown in a ball game all year. First time he's hit 100. 2-1 pitch on the way. Will miss down low. So the count goes to 3-1 with Davidson waiting on deck. Only 1 down. 3-1 delivery. Will reach out and foul that one back into the seats. David after win number 4. Couple of losses to Kansas City and Tampa Bay. In the last 2 outings, had a victory against Toronto before that. 3-2, popped it up again. Over by the seats and out of play. So now it's a question of how long do you stay with Hess. With the count at 3-2 and the bullpen's ready. You want him to get through the 5th. In the air to left field, ball hit hard and goodbye home run. 2 in the inning, 3 in the ball game, and for Polka, his 2nd of the game. 1 lash deep to right, and this one a line drive to left. And it is a 6-4 ball game. And worse than that, David Hess is going to come out and not get through 5.
Right. Yeah. A couple errors certainly hurt David Hess. But Polka, my goodness. He gets on this fastball away. He just chopping down hard. That ball jumping out of Camden Yards. 3 homers, 6-4 game. Jack that pitch count up, and of course 3 home runs hurt David Hess. It's been a problem all year and can't get past the 5th inning. Time for a pitching change, quick pitching change, just like a Jiffy Lube signature service oil change. In and out fast, and you never need an appointment. All right, Meisinger now into the ball game, and he's on a nice little roll. He found the slider, and he's been dominant. Big time strikeout pitch for him in his last couple outings. This will be his 14th appearance. Elevated earned run average, but that started to come down. Opponent sitting 241 on Meisinger, but he has given up the 6 home runs as well.
Here's Davidson. He'll go after the first pitch, pop it up to shallow left field. Joey Rickard will move in underneath it, put it away for the out. So Meisinger comes on, pitch and an out. 2 down here in the 5th inning. Moncada reached on the error. Sanchez delivered his 8th homer. 2 runs in. Abreu and the strikeout, solo shot by Polka, and pulling the White Sox back to within 2 in this ball game. So another game where you got Orioles situation of a 5-0 lead going into the second inning, then 5-1, and the starting pitcher can't go enough innings to be available for a victory. Ouch.
Yeah, well, tough game. Hess did a lot of good things in a short period of time, and unfortunately a couple errors, you know, really hurt him. And of course you got to get right back on the bump and get your focus going again, but he ended up throwing twice as many pitches in the third inning after an error by Villar. Had to face 2 more batters after that, and then of course the leadoff error there in the 5th inning into a couple more home runs.
He's given up 3 home runs twice this year. Second start against Boston, he gave up 3, and 3 here in this one. Meisinger will get a foul ball off the bat of Delmonico. Is 1 for 2. Well, the Orioles kick off Fan Appreciation Weekend Friday, September 28th. The Astros, first 20,000 fans 15 and over, will receive an Orioles coaster set. For tickets, go to Orioles.com. Orioles final games of the season, 4 of them at home against Houston. On a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All night games except for the Sunday afternoon game. Will they matter to Houston? Well, don't know. Houston still with a shot at the division title and certainly the wild card, trying to overtake the Yankees. Breaking ball, and did not go around. So Delmonico draws a walk here in the 5th inning to keep the inning alive for the White Sox and for Castillo. The wild card race in the American League coming into today's play. It's New York and Oakland. Seattle, Tampa Bay are not technically out, but they're not going to get there. It's a question of who's going to have the first wild card and who's going to have the second, New York or Oakland. And right now, no separation at all. Pitch will be taken for a strike.
A couple good signs for the Yankees, though, right? With Judge coming back, Chapman as well, strengthening their team as the season winds down.
Oakland 3.5 behind Houston in that race we were talking about with Houston. In the air, right center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Mullins will hold the runner at second base. Delmonico, and Castillo's on. So Castillo a 2 for 3 day. The White Sox just keep on coming. Now they've got 7 hits in the ball game. They got the potential tying runs on and the potential go ahead at the plate. And it'll be Rondon, who has struck out twice.
Well, they came into this series really scuffling, and then that first game they were able to put some marks on the board. A few home runs hit in that first one. So you know they have that capability.
A 1-0 count, 2 down. All of this the responsibility of Meisinger, who came in with the bases empty. White Sox 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. They have stranded 4. Orioles have left 5 on base. They've had a lot more chances. That pitch will be taken for a strike on the outside corner. Well, Meisinger gets it to 1-1. Long day of baseball here on this Sunday afternoon in this concluding game, because the pitchers have gone deep in counts and there have been a lot of base runners now for both teams. 1-1 delivery on the way. Meisinger went for the inside corner and got it to the somewhat dismayed Rondon.
Not like at this call. You see Wynn setting up down and away and has to reach back across, but all over that inside corner.
One and 2. Rondon back in, and the ball bounces. Stop made by Wins, and it'll even the count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wynn coming on. after Chance Sisco took a foul ball to the mask that developed a cut and had to come out of the ball game in the 4th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Delmonico, the lead runner at second base. Castillo at first. 2-2 delivery on the way. Fouls that one out of play. Meisiger chances this year with the big club started at the end of June, made his debut June 29. So it has been an up and down year. In fact, it's been up and down because he also pitched at Bowie in addition to AAA. 21 games with the Tides, real good 2.0 mark, 2.2 ERA. 2-2 delivery on the way. Meisiger got it off the end of the bat, shallow center field. And it will be handled as Villar goes back to get it. But a couple of big runs in, 3 total here in the inning. Our Ram Doo-Up brought to you by Ram Trucks. Experience the power and toughness of Ram at your local dealer. Or log on to ramtrucks.com to get to work. Guts, glory, Ram. $1,000 presented to USO. Proceeds through the online auction of the July 4th jerseys and caps. USO programs benefit from that for all of the troops. Today, the Orioles and United Concordia Dental checks to the Maryland Food Bank. Support of the 32nd annual Orioles Reach Food and Funds Drive taking place here in August. Fans, thanks for all your help contributing nearly $24,000, 2,000 pounds of food for Maryland families. Part of the charitable activities here at the ballpark this weekend. Sunny day here in Baltimore on this Sunday and a tough ball game. Giolito remains on. Seems like it ought to be the 9th. It's not. It's the bottom half of the 5th inning. And an 0-1 count. DJ Stewart up, fielder's choice. RBI, grounded out. Designated hitter for the Orioles. 0-1 delivery on the way. And the off-speed pitch in there for a strike. So Giolito trying to get through 5 innings himself. Both starters. Big pitch counts. Orioles 5 runs, 3 hits first inning, and a couple of those runs unearned. Difference in the ball game right now. Off the handle, a squibber. And caught of the play. 1 down. Orioles baseball on Masson brought to you by PNC. Make today the day. And by American Standard. Find your local independent American Standard heating and air dealer at MidAtlanticComfort.com. 24-year-old right-hander gets the first out here in the 5th. Nunez hit by a pitch and he has reached on an error. Villar will be on deck. Oh, tags it foul. Souvenir where they don't get many.
Yeah. Crush that one. Hooked a couple balls today. Hard. And start staying inside. I think big part of the field.
Oh, 1 delivery on the way to him. Kept it down just off the plate, and the count will go to 0-2. Villar, 9th game for the Orioles. Tanner Scott up in the bullpen. Villar getting some chances at second base, particularly when the Orioles want to take a look at Jonathan Villar at short, as the Orioles have done today. Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way. One-two pitch with a 1 down, grounded to short. Rondon. Flat-footed big arm throw right there, and gets 2 down. Well, the 2019 Orioles Pet Calendar presented by Pet PR, now on sale at Orioles.com/pet calendar. Proceeds benefit Barks, the Baltimore Animal Rescue and Care Shelter. Each year, this calendar sells out. It's Sunday. So grab your copy now at Orioles.com/pet calendar. 2 away, nobody on. Is Villar a base hit, RBI and a sac fly. Pitch will be taken down low. Orioles 2 down, nobody on. Looking to bunt for a base hit, pulls the bat back.
I like it. Find some way to re-spark, re-energize this offense. Big first inning, putting up that 5 spot, and a little bit quiet aside from Villar's solo home run.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Sanchez in at third base. In the air to right field, line drive, Polka over, and we'll put it away. So the Orioles are retired in order. That's the first 1-2-3 inning Giolito's had.
Community hero.
Catholic Charities of Baltimore. Over 9 years with the agency that he heads, 2,000 employees, 17,000 volunteers, providing care services for those who live in poverty, older Marylanders, and families in crisis. Immigrants, individuals with intellectual abilities, all served. Over 80 programs, 200 locations, and the Orioles Charitable Foundation making a $2,500 donation to Catholic Charities of Baltimore. Bill McCarthy. A 6-4 lead for the Orioles. And back to the pen.
Tanner Scott coming out of the Oriole bullpen. Got to put some zeros up right now, trying to shut down this White Sox offense that keeps fighting back. 5.74 earned run average for Scott. Big fastball slider combination. Opponent's hitting 270 on the year. Righty's up over 300. And with the big arm, there are still mistakes made on the plate.
Pitch will be taken for a strike. Adam Engel did not hit in the last inning, the only White Sox not to do so in the fifth. Meisinger went 2/3 of an inning, a walk, a hit. Engel has struck out twice. 0-1 delivery by Scott. That's going to be a base hit into left field. So Engel is on, leadoff man on again for the White Sox. Potential tying run coming up. Well, there's so much to see and do in the beaches and islands of Sarasota, Florida's Gulf Coast. Go beyond the stadium to the area's beaches known as some of the best in the world. You can plan by going to visitsarasota.com. Moncada reached on a big error in the fifth inning. He would score on the home run by Sanchez, who followed him to the plate. Yohan Moncada, nobody out and one on. Pitch up high. For Scott against the White Sox this year, this is game number 3. He's pitched 3 innings, given up 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 home runs, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Big lead at first, challenging him to throw over. Long look, way inside. Engel just trying to draw some attention from the pitcher, even if he's not going anywhere.
Absolutely. Can try to get into his head a little bit. And Tanner Scott's got the good focus and obviously the command of his 2 pitches. He's as good as anybody. But if he doesn't have the command and makes mistakes on the plate, he's going to get hit as hard as anybody, even though we can rush it up there 98 with that power slider.
Engel back to the bag easily. Moncada in that leadoff spot, hitting 197 off left-handers and 239 off righties. Switch hitter. Boy, big lead. 2-0 delivery on the way, sliced back and out of play. Orioles open up the series against Toronto tomorrow night. Orioles have not named a starter yet for game 1. Ryan Barucki will make the start 3 and 4 for the Jays. Dylan Bundy, Aaron Sanchez game 2, and neither team's announced the starter for game 3. Swing and a miss, tailed one away on him. Good pitch.
Nice heater, 98 miles an hour, located on that outside corner. I think Moncada just thinking about the inner edge, trying to protect from that slider, and that 98 just blown by him.
So Scott gets the count evened up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still a big lead over there, leaning towards second. Not going though, but pitch is going to be outside. How much of these pitches that have missed by a lot affected by the runner at first? Only the Lord knows.
Well, he was a little quicker right there and loses that fastball arm side, and a nice play by Austin Wynns, catching that one in the web.
3-2. Runner not going, and he gets him on a swinging strike.
Good fastball, elevating a little bit, just up above the belt. 96 miles an hour.
So that will bring Sanchez up with 1 away. His 8th home run came in the 5th inning. He has reached on an error and he has popped out. Yolmer Sanchez with a runner on at first base. Orioles lead is 2. Had been 5, had been 4. And the White Sox keep cutting away. He'll stand back into the bag on that one. Sanchez had 12 home runs last year. His 8th home run, the one he got in the 5th inning in this ball game. First full year for the White Sox last season. And the pitch will be away for a ball. Sanchez has struggled against the lefties too, hitting only .202 off left-handers and 57 points higher against righties. 1-0 delivery to him. Breaking ball up.
This might be that time that Engels makes that move to second base. 2-0. Scott needs to throw a strike.
2-0 delivery, runner not going in the dirt. And the count goes to 3-0.
Take a look at Sanchez's home run. Rocked it, jumping off about 100 miles an hour. 26 degrees, about league average, and just getting over there at 400 feet.
3-0 delivery on the way. No need to go here. No, Scott walks him. So 2-1. Take a look at our Major League Notebook. Interesting numbers regarding teams that get 100 and head to the playoffs. It is not a guarantee of anything. You see, in the pennant era, 47 teams had 100 wins and 40 made the playoffs. 24 would win the World Series, 60%. Then you get to the Championship Series era. There would be 25 teams to win 100 and 23 made it, but only 8 won, 34%. And it's dropped even more in the Division Series era. All 25 teams who've won 100 have gone to the postseason, but only 4 have won the World Series, 16%. So 100 wins in the course of a regular season has diminished in value when it comes to winning the World Series.
Still take chances.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. Because the thing about the expanded era, of course, you get 100 wins, you're going to go because you get a bunch of teams who are going to go who win 84, 85, 86 games. Castro in the bullpen. Big at bat right here. He may not be hot, but he's dangerous. Jose Abreu, the DH, 2 on, 1 out. He'll take the pitch, and it is in there for a strike. Abreu struck out last time, hit by a pitch, flied out. 0 for 19. Still carries the all-time best average against the Orioles. 349 coming in. Swing and a miss, ate him up on a pitch down and in.
Not seeing it very well. Typically looked like he's just swinging right out of Tanner Scott's hand. You're not feeling too good at the plate. Get a little bit jumpy right there. Everything speeds up.
One ball, 2 strike count. Runners on first and second base. And he got one up, fouled away. So Abreu holds the count at 1-2 strikes. He has a good average against lefties at .293. And 33 points higher against lefties and righties. But the Orioles have caught him at a time when his bat is cold, and now hoping it'll stay that way. 1-2 delivery on the way, and it does. Again, Tanner Scott putting it where he wanted to and gets the strikeout.
Yeah, nicely done. Didn't really give him anything to hit. Everything out of the strike zone. This slider working hard in underneath the hands. Elevated. Buried one down in the dirt. Abreu just not seeing the baseball very well, so why give him a pitch on the plate? Well executed there.
Now Polka with a big bat, 2 home runs. 23 and 24. Hit in the second and fifth innings. 2 down, 2 on. He has not done well against left-handers. 203, and only 2 of his home runs, 2 out of 24, hit against lefties. So the matchup, the way the Orioles would want it, with the left-hander Tanner Scott on the mound. 0-1 delivery on the way. And 0-2.
Does anybody say heads up anymore?
It wasn't going to hit you. But it said heads up, you'd have moved and been hit by it. So you just remain quiet and the ball bounces off the front. You're okay. Right? 0-2 delivery on the way, and Pugga will take that one. A little bit low and inside.
He kind of reminds me a little bit of Harold Baines. He got that little leg kick, and then he comes down very aggressively. This is a different type of hitting philosophy. We hear the launch angle so much, guys kind of collapsing on the backside. Well, Charlie Lau kind of had a hitting approach where he came down aggressively. Harold Baines probably one of the best at that. And Polka kind of looks like he's adopted that approach, more chopping down through the baseball and getting some backspin.
The swing that was in vogue.
White Sox hitting coach right there. You're happy to see the long balls flying.
2-2 the count. And he gets him on the pitch away. So Scott ends up striking out the side, and the White Sox leave 2 with 1 hit. Orioles lead still at 2. Bundy, written by Dan Conley in The Athletic. 21, made him, his mom made him so special, extraordinary right arm, and then all the trust that he had in his mom, all the confidence he had. He was 1,300 miles away from her, and he got a phone call, and she had cancer and passed away. He never used the word depression to describe what he endured in those months, but he's pretty sure that's what blanketed him, and that he had to find a way to get over it. As Dylan Bundy, right when he was at the peak of being ready to become a major league pitcher, the loss of his mom, who he was so close to, just cut into everything that was going on. Ground ball out wins, and Dylan himself said, "I think I did go through depression, just nobody really knew about it because I was in Florida. I was kind of by myself in Florida, and my brother and my dad were back home, and they kind of were able to deal with it back home while he was dealing with it alone." And Dylan Bundy continues that battle because thinks about her all the time.
Yeah, definitely a tough story, and Dylan Bundy keeps a lot of his emotions in. It's definitely been a trying year for him, but he's been through so much in his young career. Sad, but impressive story of Dylan Bundy and his family.
Yep, worth reading. And for Dylan, a great performance in the last outing, and hopefully back on the path where the Orioles have seen him before. Pitch will be taken inside, 1 down, nobody on the corner. Mullins is looking for a 4-hit day. Ruiz is up in the bullpen. One ball, 1 strike delivery on the way. Would have gotten a lot of people willing to take a bet on whether the White Sox starter would be in the ball game in the bottom half of the 6th inning. By the time you get through 3, most would have said there is no way. But here he is. Giolito's delivery, and that one's going to be foul back. Somehow that pitch count has not reached 100.
I know.
Which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he had that long first inning where all 9 batters came up, and he's only had 1-2-3 inning. And the Orioles have put some pressure on him. He's had a few walks, a couple walks in there, hit by pitch.
Lucas Giolito making his 30th start of the year. Double, 2 singles in the ball game for the Oriole leadoff batter, trying to get a 4th hit and give himself his first major league 4-hit game. He's had 8 multi-hit games, 3 of those with 3 hits. Pitch is going to miss on the inside corner, and the count will go full 3-2. Orioles batting bottom half of the 6th inning. To first base, right into the glove. Davidson there to get it, and there are 2 down. MLB.TV is now available. Lower price, $25.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game. Free subscription to MLB at Bat Premium. Blackout, other restrictions apply. Go to MLB.TV to take advantage of the special offer. 2 down, nobody on. Rickert coming up 0 for 3. Did reach fielder's choice first inning and would score. First inning, Villar, Jones, Stewart, and Villar all had RBIs. Another run scored on an error, and the Orioles have not scored since. White Sox have chipped away, 1 in the 2nd. Palka home run. They got 3 more in the 5th. Another Palka home run and a 2-run homer by Sanchez. In the air, first base to the seats. Oops. Davidson, that's why you get over to the walls and then make the play.
A little tentative right there. The wall got on him quickly, and he didn't want to ram those knees into the padding, so just kind of feeling for it. 2 or 3 inches short. Been fun to go diving into the net.
Right? Bounce right off.
Exactly.
Would have been great. 0-2 count. And a breaking ball. It's going to be taken down low. Orioles have gone 2-12 so far in the month. White Sox are 5-8. Orioles after a win here to get their 3rd against Chicago this year, if they can come hang on to it. 1-2 pitch on the way, and tried to pull it in. Castillo did, but won't get the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, we have seen everything from Giolito and or Giolito, and I mean, some pretty good stuff, but obviously just the battle with command, kind of all over the place a little bit, mixing in all of his offerings.
2-2 delivery will be foul back.
And he's going to have to. I mean, it's not an overpowering fastball. At least today it isn't. He's been in the low 90s.
Not much has changed in his career on the way up. This is the kind of pitcher he's been. And you would have to believe that's got to change a little bit. 2-2 delivery on the way. Again, that's going to be foul back. Two balls and 2 strikes. Rickert hitting in the 2 spot in the ball game today. Trying to get his first hit of the game. And on the 2-2 had to draw the hands back. Foul territory down the line. Not quite. Sanchez with a reach from third base.
A little conversation down there. Looking for some popcorn, probably. And a little snack from some fans.
Rickard continuing to battle here with that 2-2. Giolito's delivery to him. Ground ball again will be fouled off.
Battle going on right here.
Giolito really having to work. This will be pitch number 10 in this at bat to Joey Rickard. He just keeps fighting him off. 2-2 delivery on the way. Long throw will be made. Sanchez just gets it there in time to record the out. So the Orioles are retired in order. 6 complete. Orioles up by 2.
Mobile. Well, Hess got himself in a jam. Singles by Delmonico and Davidson, and he's got to go to work on angle. Punched out Castillo, also punched out Rondon, and he makes some quality pitches. How about here? Working that outside corner, strike 3, blowing one by Engel. My goodness, a jam in the 4th, and Hess able to come up with 3 punch outs to get himself out of it. 4-6 with the Orioles the lead, top of the 7th. And Miguel Castro coming into the ball game. As the kids have a great time out there at the park. And take a look at Castro's numbers. 61st appearance out of the O's pen here. 409 earned run average. Not the 55 punch outs, but the 50 walks a bit of a concern. And opponent's hitting 240 on the year off Castro.
Toronto will be coming to town after playing the Yankees. Toronto leads the Yankees 3-2 there in the 8th inning of their ball game. Pannone has given up just 2 runs on 4 hits in 7 innings as a starter for Toronto. Yankees have been struggling a little bit. Yankees today, Lynn started the ball game. Only 3 hits in 5. They've gone to the bullpen a couple of times already. 0-1 delivery, and the breaking ball will be in there for a strike from Castro. High slider. Scott the inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. 2 have been left on base in each of the last 4 innings by the White Sox. 0-2 delivery on the way. Another sweeper that'll miss up.
Gets underneath that slider sometimes. Get on top of it. Get himself a little bit of a tilt instead of that lateral type of movement. Much more effective pitch.
1 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way. He thought about it. Pitch will stay inside though. And the count goes to 2-2. Icing at 2/3 of an inning, a hit and a walk, the first reliever, then Scott, now Castro. That one down the line and left, heading foul. Real tough start, David Hess. Get that big lead, 5-0, and you lead before you can be credited with a win. Orioles have never trailed in the ball game. They just have not been able to put a big enough distance up between themselves and the White Sox. Castro 2-2. That ball is going to be lined to left field. It'll stay up though. Joey Rickard puts it away. Wow. Let's take a look at our Major League Notebook. On this page, it's what? And that's what I said when I read this. Joey Gallo became the third man in history last year with more home runs than singles. He joined McGuire and Barry Bonds. Only McGuire has done it in consecutive years, and Gallo's on pace this year to do it again, have more home runs than singles. The Astros, their rookie Framber Valdez, his box score in his first major league start, his box score in his second major league start, they were exactly the same. And believe it or not, since the year 2000, in some 92,000 games, that box score has never been repeated by anybody. And he did it twice in 2 starts.
What?
That's what I said.
Oh my gosh.
Jason Stark in The Athletic with some really good, just fun numbers. Good play. Did he get the bag? Yes, he did. Castro had to look for it a little bit on the flip from Mancini. Delmonico retired.
Got those extendo legs right here. Take a look. Mancini, a little miscue, so making sure right there the underhand flip, and take a look at Castro making sure that toe clips it at the end. There's the concentration. Good job getting the momentum going, and boom, a little toe flip catches that back corner first base for the second out.
So Castro gets a couple of quick outs here to start the 7th inning. Castillo 2 singles. And he has struck out. And the pitch will be taken for his strike. 6-8-2 for the Orioles. 4-8-1 for the White Sox. But that White Sox error cost him a couple of first inning runs that right now loom large in this ball game. Castro will make it a 1-ball 1-strike count. Castillo trying to get on. Bird putting the whammy on him.
Looking for some help over there.
1-ball 1-strike delivery on the way. Lined in the air towards center. Deep going. Mullins reaching. And a diving catch. Cedric Mullins denies Castillo an extra base hit. Hauls it in. Again covering a lot of territory. Gotcha. 7th inning stretch time. Orioles up by 2. Brought to you by WB Mason, who has the name brand products you love at amazingly low prices. Who but WB Mason, the official office product supplier of the Baltimore Orioles. And by the University of Maryland Medical Center, be a part of something greater. Orioles have the lead, 7th inning stretch time. Gary Thorne, Mike Bordick. Ball game that you felt after the first, probably the Orioles well on their way, and then just keeps kind of grabbing at you.
Yeah, right. I mean, you expected about 30 runs by now by this Oriole offense. Got off to a great start. A little small ball to get things going, and we had talked about that in the open. It was nice to see, putting up a big crooked number, and I think everybody's confidence kind of going a little bit. But the White Sox kept battling back. Hess knocked out a little earlier than we expected. A couple errors certainly didn't help that cause. But the Orioles got a few more innings left to get those tack-on runs going, and of course the back end of the bullpens. We've got to slam this White Sox team down right now.
Well, a great start for the White Sox, as the Orioles had finally gotten him out of the ball game. He just kept grinding away, and he gave him a chance.
Yeah, he sure did. I mean, I was a little surprised that he stayed in as long as he did. Gutting out 6 innings, scattering the 8 hits, the bulk of them in that first inning. 6 runs on the board, and 4 of them earned. Of course, a miscue hurt him as well. 98 pitches thrown. Jose Ruiz coming in to relieve him. Fresh call up for this White Sox team. There's a lot of the younger arms getting looks here in September. And of course, the White Sox in the big time rebuild. Take a look at his numbers on the year. Opponents with that 286 overall batting average.
Take a look at our 4th drive of the game.
And Jonathan Villar, who's been red hot all season long, he drops one out on Utah Street. 8 big ball, another 3 miles an hour off the bat, and a 30-degree launch angle makes it nice and majestic, and it lands 430 feet away.
So hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. Bottom half of the 7th inning, he'll lead it off and take the pitch away for a ball. Villar, the home run and 2 singles, a 2 RBI ball game, and he has scored 2 runs in this game. So big day for Villar at the plate. It is his 28th multi-hit game, his 9th 3-hit ball game, and he has not had a 4-hit game. Orioles have not had many 4-hit ball games. Trey Mancini, Adam Jones, and Tim Beckham, the guys on the current roster who have had 4-hit games. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Ruiz delivery will be slapped towards Moncada at second base. Hurries it over and gets the out.
Quick feet right there. Play back. He was a little worried about getting himself a little in between hop, and a lot of times you see the best little infielders in the game. The lightning quick feet, and feet, in my opinion, make the good infielders. Quick one there.
Scahill's up in the bullpen. We've not seen him in a ball game. He did get up and warm up yesterday. Ruiz, 1 down, nobody on. Jones, Adam has singled, scored, hit into a double play and drawn a walk. He drills that one to left field. It is way back, and goodbye, home run. Adam Jones delivers the long ball, 7th inning, and the Orioles now have a 3-run lead.
Just what the doctor ordered right there. Big time tack on run for Adam Jones. Mr. Consistency, 15th home run of the season. He got all over that big fastball.
Well, the Orioles indeed needed that one. And Adam with his 58th RBI, 2 in the ball game, and 15 home runs off the year, on the year. Here's Trey Mancini to the backstop.
Let's take a look. He's trying to get ahead, and he leaves a fastball middle, inner third. Adam Jones turning and burning, catching that one clean and deep into the seats.
Well, the Orioles using the long ball in this game. 1-0 delivery on the way. Mancini will pop it up, first base foul for our Maryland Lottery home run riches contestant, Robert Williams. Couple of home runs, $500 each. And Adam bringing the crowd up here in the 7th inning. Mancini 0 for 2 and a walk. And he'll slice it foul. Ruiz coming up from Double-A. That's where he had pitched all year. He started actually Single-A ball, then Double-A. Got his contract picked up with the expanded roster. 3-1, 3.07 ERA at Double-A ball at Birmingham rather. Played 43 games there. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that's up.
He only started pitching a couple years ago. He was a catcher. Went through the Padres system. Big arm, but still learning how to pitch.
2-2 delivery on the way. Again, that one will be fouled back by Trey Mancini. So the Orioles, Villar with his home run that was a solo. And the second one here for Jones, also a solo shot. Ruiz 2-2. And up and in, took a little off the fastball that time, gets a strikeout.
Yeah, just kind of backing up on him right there. Talk about these backup pitches. Castillo setting up down and away, and ends up and in. One of the tougher spots for a righty to get to.
DJ Stewart. RBI on a fielder's choice, 0 for 3 officially. And still looking for that first major league hit. And a swing and a miss on that one. Stewart has had only 12 at bats since joining the ball club. And that RBI his first at the major league level. 0-1 count, 2 down. Infield will shift around on him. And the pitch will be outside from Ruiz.
He's got a nice quiet approach. Doesn't tend to get too big up there. Pretty direct to the baseball. He just needs a base hit. Help himself settle in.
1-1 almost hits him.
Well, a good job turning away. See so many times a lot of these younger players, modern day player, it's a lot of body, a lot of movement going towards the baseball, and his fastball is getting in there 95 and up. And get themselves left in a bad position. Nice job turning away.
Swing and a miss, then came back down and in. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Ruiz working him in all 4 quadrants here in this at bat. Why did Ruiz go to pitching? His minor league batting average was .203. 2 ball, 2 strike count. And a wild cut on a pitch down off the plate. So retired of the Orioles, but not before Adam Jones delivers his 15th home run of the season, and a big one for the Orioles to extend their lead to 7-4. Saw pitch in Toronto will be on the mound. The Orioles will announce their starter after the game. Our coverage on MASN 2 begins at 6:30 with those extra, presented by Southwest. Our game will be at 7 tomorrow night. All the access you need right here on MASN. Youngsters having a great time out in the play area. New this year here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Pitch will be taken away. Castro stays on for the Orioles. Rondon, Engel, and the top of the order, Moncada due up. Jose Rondon has struck out twice and popped out. 1-0 delivery by Castro. Foul back into the screen. Orioles after win number 43 here in this ball game. Final game against Chicago, of course, for the year. Chicago's won the season series, taking 4 of the first 6. 1-1 delivery. That's a broken bat, blooper to short. Villar right there to put it away, and Rondon is retired.
Busted that one in half. Look at Burr warming up in the White Sox bullpen. Good fastball, about 96, 97, snapping his bat right in half. See Paul Fry in the O's bullpen. Take a look. Heavy fastball, incredible movement, and the bat just busted in half and then flipping around over Wynn's head. Man.
Thank goodness over Wynn's head. Here is Engel, 1 down, nobody on. Base hit, 2 strikeouts in the ball game for their center fielder, Adam Engel. That'll be a ground ball, base hit. So 2 for 4 in the ball game for Engel, and it'll turn the order over. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. That will be it for Castro. He will come out of the ball game. Moncada coming up, the switch hitter. They'll bring the left-hander on to face him. It's Mike's favorite bouncy house. Really good for after you've had breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or a ton of cotton candy. Either way, kids love it.
Paul Fry coming in relief of Miguel Castro. 30th appearance for Paul Fry. 3.81 earned run average. Got the 28 punch-outs and 28 a third. Opponent's hitting 271. Switch over there with the lefties at 300 and right-handers 250.
Top of the order, runner on at first base. Moncada will take the pitch for a strike. Orioles want him batting from this side of the plate where he's hitting only 197. 239 the other way, and the home run powers 15 out of 17 hit from the other side of the plate. 0-1 delivery to him. He has struck out twice, flied out, reached on an error, and scored. White Sox have now left 9 on base in this ball game. Now the Orioles have stranded 5. Oriole pitchers have worked out of some jams. Moncada will go the other way and foul.
Good fastball from Fry. A little short armor right there. Getting all over Moncada.
White Sox have yet to have a hit with a runner in scoring position today. They're 0 for 7. 0-2 delivery on the way, and the breaking ball in the outside corner gets him. Moncada leaning up. A word with Maurley, the home plate umpire, but he's gone.
A little backdoor slider there. Let's take a look on the pitch cast. All in the box and well received by Austin Wynns, giving him a good look.
So one of the home run hitters now with 2 down. Sanchez, 8th home run, 5th inning. He's walked, reached on an error, popped out, and the pitch is in there to him for a strike as well. Castro an inning and a third, a hit, responsible for the base runner on. Sanchez with that low 200 batting average against lefties, and Fry's pitch will be taken inside. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 down. Big lead at first, but no reason to go here for Engel. 2 away and a 1 ball, 2 strike count.
Nasty slider right there from Fry. Got himself a strong summer since getting called up.
Ball kept out in front, and the count evened up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Toronto will come into town later tonight with a win. They beat the Yankees 3-2 today. Played the Yankees tough. 2 ball, 2 strike count, and the breaking ball's taken inside. Pannone got the win. He's 3-1. Giles the save, 22nd for Toronto. Yankees unable to get it. Lynn the starter, 5 innings, running 3 hits. Betances though took the loss in relief, 4-6. Runner goes, swung on and missed. So a good job by Fry. The Orioles brought him in for matchups, and he struck out both of those the Orioles wanted him to face.
balls with Bobby Dickerson. He ran the bases earlier today. Of course, Wilkerson got an opportunity earlier with the Orioles this season back in June and ended up straining an oblique. He was out for a while with that, and then his rehab assignment strained his hamstring, so he's been battling some injuries, but he's close to returning, and this guy could be the Orioles' super utility player if he doesn't land himself an everyday job. Experience, of course, at second base, shortstop, third base, and both corner outfield positions. Bobby Dickerson there doing all that infield work, and Ryan Burr now into the ball game. His 6th appearance, 2.84 earned run average though, so capitalizing on his opportunities. Let's see the rest of the numbers here. Opponent sitting at 286.
Made his debut on the 23rd of August against the Tigers. Came up from AAA on the 22nd. So Burr on in relief of Ruiz, who worked an inning, gave up the home run to Adam Jones. Nunez bats here in the 8th inning. 0 for 2, and he's been hit by a pitch. Villar and then wins. Over the top and a swing and a miss.
Good heater right there. Tops out about 96 miles an hour, so coming out making some noise. A little slider and a change to go along with it.
Oh, 1 the count. In the air to right field, and sliding and not making the catch, Polka, and he may be hurt. Down to second base. The Orioles will get a runner in Nunez, and Polka, you hope it wasn't that wrist.
Well, I think it was more like legs. He hit the earth pretty darn hard. That's a big body right there, and kind of jammed everything. Take a look, sliding in. That knee sticks in the dirt. That's what it is, and he's grabbing his groin. He hit hard. He left a huge divot out there. Take a look at that right knee digging into the ground and just jamming everything.
Ball hit him on the wrist. He actually got there in time to be able to make the catch. And they're going to make a change. He's going to have to come out. So Palco had a 2-homer day. Will be coming out of the ball game. Lamar will come on to play in his stead. Well, the Orioles lost their starting catcher, Cisco. Foul ball that opened up a cut when it hit off the mask, and now White Sox will leave their right fielder, and Peterson is going to come on to run for Nunez at second base and to play third. So the Orioles picking up their 11th hit leadoff double, or 10th hit leadoff double. So a great chance to add to it after Adam Jones was able to give the Orioles a 3-run lead with that home run he got in the 7th inning. Polka leaves, and the Orioles will have Villar coming up. Base hit, flied out, and he has delivered an RBI and a sac fly. So Breivik Villar, chance for a 2 RBI ball game. Corners are in. Sanchez at third, Davidson at first. And the pitch will be taken up high from Burr.
The White Sox anticipating a little bunt right here, but Villar swinging the bat pretty well lately. I think Buck Showalter giving him an opportunity to drive one in, and at least hit it hard to the right side.
1-0 delivery on the way, and he will miss up high with that. So Burr falls behind here, 2 balls and no strikes. Another big right-hander, 6'4", 235. Out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado, selected by the Arizona Diamondbacks. International signing picked him up. 2-0 count. Runner close at second, and that'll be foul back. Wanted that one.
Yeah, he did.
Givens in the pen for the Orioles. Villar 2-1. Wins as the on deck batter. Peterson off second base, and the pitch will be up high. So another deep count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Crisp would not be a term applied to this game. 3-1 count. Runner off second. Boy, strikes have been hard to come by at points in this ball game. So the Orioles get another runner on. The first 2 are on here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. There haven't been that many walks. The Oriole pitchers have only allowed 3, and the same is now true on the other side. It's been more of these deep counts, long innings. Had a number of at bats that have gone 7 to 10 pitches per at bat in this game. Credit the hitters for that. And here is Austin Wynns. Wynns on for Cisco in the 4th inning. Chance got a cut on a foul ball that ricocheted off the mask. Ground ball out last time up. 2 on, nobody out. Right-hander's pitch is bunted. Good one. Burr get the coverage at first. Sacrifice will be credited. Moving 2 up.
Nicely done. And the Orioles once again playing a little small ball. Started the game off with some small ball, and Austin Wynns executing the bunt. Down, forcing that pitcher to make the play. No chance for him to turn and make a play at third base, but pushing 2 runners into scoring position. The key, really get that bat head out in front of home plate. I always talk about getting the eyes behind the baseball. You want to get a good bunter, be a good bunter, in a good position like Austin Wynns right there. He saw that ball hit the bat.
Infield drawn in, 1 down. Mullins at the plate. He's had 3 hits, 3 for 4, and the only out was a hard line drive. Last time up to Davidson at first base. Base hit here will score 2. Double, 2 singles, and a run scored. 4-game hit streak for Cedric. 1-0 count. Peterson, the pinch runner, at third base leading. Villar at second. With the infield playing in, it would be real hard to make a throw to second base.
All right. Now maybe just trying to see if potential squeeze, maybe somebody doing something a little bit different out there on the field. But no tell there.
Nope. 1-0 delivery by Burr. Well, the Orioles, the chances of 4 out of 10. Burr with a 2-0 count needs to throw a strike. Mullins ground ball. That's the drawn in infield base hit and an RBI. So Cedric Mullins, a 4-hit day, picks up the RBI single, scoring Jace Peterson, and the Orioles lead at 8-4.
A nice piece of hitting right there. Not trying to do too much. Hard ground ball. Look at the infield kind of shifted over. The shortstop Rondon pulled up the middle, and he slaps it through that hole. A lot of hits out there with a shifted infield, and you get a stake on the end as well, and the Orioles offense keeps tacking them on.
So he joins the other Orioles we mentioned who have had 4-hit games this year. That's his first major league 4-hit ball game. 4 for 5 for Cedric Mullins, and a big RBI. Mullins has now driven in 8 with the Orioles. First and third, 1 out. Joey Rickert. And we'll take the pitch inside for a ball. Rickert has an 0 for 4 going in the ball game. With 1 away, the infield, of course, backs up here, except at third. Sanchez even with the bag, looking for the ground ball. One-0 delivery on the way. Ooh,
Hey.
in the head. And Joey appears, maybe shoulder. Turned away.
Man. A couple up and in fastballs today, and wow.
Ooh.
Rickert turning the back, and a nice move right there by Joey. Front foot down, turning the face away, turning the back to the baseball. Hit a large muscle there. That lat doesn't feel that great, but it's a lot better than taking it in the chin.
So we will get another pitching change. Burr coming out and Scahill coming in.
Called up. Big time injury gives him an opportunity to come up to the big leagues. Pretty good fastball, 91-97. A little slider curveball combination. All of his season spent in AAA. He flipped out about a 5.64 earned run average.
Bullpen of the White Sox has been an ongoing problem. Number one, just trying to figure out, do we have a closer? Do we have a setup person? Rotating people around, trying to find those positions, and then trying to get there has been hard. And it hasn't gotten any easier as it's gone along. So the Orioles have loaded the bases up here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. A run in already. And here is Jonathan Villar against Scahill. Only 1 away. Villar will take the pitch down low for a ball. Villar's had a 3-hit ball game with 2 singles and his 14th home run, 2 RBIs. He is 3 for 4, so he's trying to equal Cedric Mullins with his first 4-hit day. Scahill on the mound, a closer at AAA, 5 saves. Breaking ball is going to miss down low. He puts himself in a hole at 2-0.
No, he's got a pretty good sinker, and really that's what he's trying to target right now. Bottom of the strike zone. He'd love a little ground ball to his infield. Get out of this inning.
2-0 count on Villar. Runners off every base. 2-0 delivery. Swung on and missed. Kept it down again. 2-1.
There's that good movement. Get him elevated.
It's Villar's first chance with the bases loaded on the year. Big day for him though, with the 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, can make it even bigger. 2-1 delivery to him. Villar and a foul off the end of the bat. They got a piece of Castillo in the way by on that one. 8 runs on 11 hits for the Orioles. 4 runs on 9 hits picked up by the White Sox. The White Sox won the first 2 games, shutting out the Orioles last night by a score of 2-0 and winning the opener by a score of 8-6. 2-2. Scahill's delivery on the way. Swing and a miss.
Well, everything down and everything sinking. So better get him elevated up around the waist. If it starts at the knees, it's trapped Doran. This one looks like it's going to be right across the kneecaps, but nice movement at the bottom of the zone.
So Adam Jones with a sacks fold. Home run number 15 in the 7th inning. RBI base hit in the 1st. He has walked and hit into a double play. Adam now with 152 hits on the year. 2 down, bases loaded. Adam goes after it in the air to right center field. Engel is there and will put it away. So the Orioles, no runs, a couple of hits, no errors. They will leave the bases loaded. 3 outs away from getting a win. 8-4. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Sunday afternoon at the ballpark and looking mighty good. And so are the Orioles as they take the lead here to the 9th inning. Peterson will stay in the ball game, play at third base. Fry will stay on the mound. Got a chance for a save because when he came on, was not a 4-run lead. He'll work to Jose Abreu. Abreu, the 0 for 3 and a walk. Orioles would like to send him with an 0 for. He's gone 0 for 11 in this series, and he's 0 for his last 20. Fry came on, final 2 outs in the 8th inning on strikeouts, and the pitch will be taken inside.
Yeah, keeping Abreu down huge in this series. Even though a couple of the other hitters have stepped up a little bit, but this guy's arguably the biggest part of their offense.
1-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be taken down low. Fry does not have a major league save. He does have 13 in the minors. Picked up a couple at Bowie last year. 2-1 delivery. They have been able to get Abreu on those pitches that have been up here in this series. He is not making contact.
Yeah, he's expanding the zone a little bit. I mean, whenever you lose your strike zone a little bit, your strike zone discipline, it makes it a little bit tougher. You start swinging, expanding at everything, and we've seen in this series Abreu really kind of guess hitting at times, swinging at the pitch right out of the pitcher's hand.
Full count. And Abreu draws the ever dangerous leadoff walk. Mercy. So Fry surrenders a walk to the leadoff batter here in the 9th inning. And that will, now that would have brought Palka, who's already had 2 home runs in the ball game, to the plate, but he had to come out with that injury on the attempted catch. So Lamar, in his place, will get the first at bat of the ball game for him. Lamar in the series had only 1 at bat, 0 for 1, and he will take the pitch for a strike. Ryan Lamar 1 on, nobody out. His pitch will cut inside to him. Foul back into the screen. And a 1-ball 2-strike count.
Not so easy now. Fry's got to be a little bit more aggressive in the strike zone. Got some shadows out there, so a little tougher to pick up the baseball, spin especially.
One-two delivery on the way, and that's way up high. So Fry a little struggle with the strike zone. And a 2-ball 2-strike count. Oil bullpen is ready if needed. Didn't give in. Good pitch. Inside corner. He went after. 2 balls 2 strikes.
A nice fastball right there by Paul Fry. I mean, doesn't get much better than location there. A quick fastball, a little short arm, about 92. Just painting that inside corner, and Lamar turning around, wondering if it caught the plate, and indeed it did.
Matt Davidson. And Davidson will take the pitch away. So Fry has struck out 3 of the 4 faced, and the other one's drawn a walk. Abreu, who's on at first base. Davidson a base hit in the 4th inning. 0 for 2 has also had a walk in the game. And again, the count will go to 2-0. 2-0 pitch. Ground ball, first base, knocked down. Play will be made to the bag just to make sure they get the out. Trey Mancini took a look at second, but the out is what matters, and they got it.
Well, shadows even work for infielders, and it didn't look like Trey really saw that one too well. Take a look at bouncing off and kind of peeking under there, and finally able to see the baseball. And he makes sure he goes right down and gets that one. A quick look up at second base, but not even taking any chances. And taking that second out at first base.
So Abreu goes down to second. Delmonico up. There are 2 down here in the 9th inning. So Meisinger, who came on in relief of Hess, who only worked 4 1/3, that's why he can't get a win. Meisinger would get the win. That would be his first major league decision. So he could get his first win in the same game in which Fry gets his first major league save.
Nice.
0-1 pitch on the way, and that'll be outside. One more out needed, though, for that to take place. Delmonico, 1 base hit, 1 for 3 and a walk. Orioles on the verge of avoiding the sweep by Chicago. 1-1 delivery, foul back and out of play. Bullpen gave up nothing. Nicing at 2/3 of an inning. Scott an inning. Castro an inning and a third. Fry, if he finishes the ball game here, he'll have an inning and 2/3. One-two delivery. Got him. That's it. Orioles win. So it wasn't easy, but the Orioles come away with an 8-4 victory in this ball game, and they end the year against Chicago, winning 3 and losing 4. Meisinger the winner, 1-0. Giolito the loser, 10 and 11, and number 1 save for Fry.